It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
he would climb out of his, sneak around, and reach to the window and touch my top of my head. It scared the crap out of me.
That's mean. That is so mean.
I lost so many books out that window.
No, Rachel, it's okay. The end of The Grudge was actually really nice.
Oh, I finished it. I just finished the other half during the day in the middle of the afternoon with all the windows open and doors.
And you're like, I want an exit. No, I was so
wanted
disappointed
daylight.
with the end of that movie because it was like Sarah Michelle Gellar, who was Buffy, and she's acting like a wimp. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this is not go Buffy on her ass. This is not okay.
I think the only
Anyway.
the only movie I was never able to finish, and it scared me so badly as a kid, was The Shining, and I still have not to this
I
day
got
watched it all.
Stanley Kubrick's?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh, the OG. Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick's the director.
Yeah.
I was so bored with that movie.
Well, when it first came out on Showtime, my parents were doing an Amway at that time, and they had like an Amway meeting, and my mom specifically said no Showtime tonight because Shining was on. Well, of course, my little brother said, "We're watching it," and we had the blanket up like this until he said, "Here's Johnny," and I ran up and went click.
You're like, no, we're turning this off.
Yeah, it's like, nope, I'm done.
Well, that actress apparently didn't know that was going to be happening and suffered some pretty intense PTSD after filming that scene because she
Oh my
didn't know that
gosh.
was going to be happening to her.
Yeah, Stanley
Right.
Kubrick was kind of a jerk, apparently.
Yeah.
Just a little bit
Yeah.
based on reporting.
Yes. Now
So
that
vampires.
yes, the vampires. So yes, so we are finally back with Blood Ties for the first time in a hot minute, as Haley would like to say.
It's
Yes.
been a hot minute. It's been
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a very hot minute.
And
Yeah.
by some of the branding you might see online, it's actually a split game because we have part of the game going to be dealing with the fallout of the last game of Ashland by Night. In specific, this one's focusing on the sorcerers in Portland. And then the other half is going to be Ashland action, as Trish is dealing with stuff around town. We'll explore some of the updates there and nonsense that Trish is getting up to.
Nonsense. Come on now.
Okay,
Getting
no,
a
no.
dog is not nonsense.
That is correct. Poppycock. So we'll actually go ahead and in a second here we'll start off with Trish. Everybody give thanks to Brittany. She's going to be pulling double duty today as two characters. She's playing Trudy as well as her sorcerer Ariel, who is in Portland, Oregon. So,
Nice.
Woohoo!
okay, so Trish, the so at this point, you've already done the things. You're back at the Haven. Still nobody's back by the time you rise, which is odd.
Wait, where's Dover?
Dozer.
Dozer, sorry, Dozer. Where's
Dozer.
Dozer?
So
Oh, Dover.
as you are waking up, in the evening, you end up hearing this loud trampling going through the house as your bedroom door gets knocked open and Dozer jumps onto your bed and starts jumping up and down.
Okay.
And
Like, baby, it's okay. And I'm giving him scritches and kind of like get up in his neck.
and his
calm him down.
overly large tongue is slobbering like all over your face.
Okay, all right. We need some distance. I'm gonna stand up and kind of move away from him. Be like, do you need to go outside? Outside? We're gonna go outside.
So
Does he react to that word?
Yeah, so he kind of looks at you and he's like frozen in place for a second. His butt is planted firmly to the ground and his tail is just like brushing the carpet back and forth.
He's like, all right, let's go outside. And Trish is gonna kind of like trying to run, but not run because she also doesn't want to trip.
Oh yeah, sure.
With-
So I mean, as soon as you say that, he
To the back door.
hang on a second. That was weird. Hold on a second.
Jerome does not hear me.
No. I heard you.
Is the back
but for
door
some
fenced?
reason, like the
Oh, okay.
volume switched over to my main speakers. Anyways, no. So as he gets ready to bolt out of your bedroom, he doesn't realize that the door doesn't turn both ways, and runs into your bedroom door. And of course, the door closes, and he goes, "Boom." And he slams into it, and he kind of looks around like he's trying to gauge just what the heck happened. He's like looking at it, and he starts like pawing, like the look on his face is like, this worked before.
So,
Bless his heart.
baby, hold on. You gotta move. You gotta move back. And she's gonna kind of like turn the door and kind of like open it until he moves back enough
Okay.
to give him space.
Okay, yeah. So you do that, and then like he's already trying to like nudge his nose as soon as you're like you're doing it, and then
It's
he
incredibly impolite.
and
We're
then
gonna need to work on that.
he just bolts down the hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna follow him until we get to the back door, but is the backyard fence so I can just open the door?
Yes,
Or
it
do I
is.
need to put a leash on him?
No. The
is? Okay.
backyard is actually fenced. Yes.
Okay, so I'll just open the door for him and just let him go outside for a minute, and I'm gonna just
Okay,
kind
so
of stand there
so
on the patio.
he goes bolting out, and as he goes running out, in the yard, he like does like a complete lap, just like chasing nothing, just like running like the whole distance, of the backyard, and you can hear it too. It's like he runs over the leaves and pine needles and runs around, the front, and occasionally like there's a bark for nothing, and then he bolts. And then he comes running, and then he comes up to the pool house, and then he starts like clawing at the door, and barking occasionally.
Dozer. You're gonna go straight to him and try to kind of pull him away so that he's not like disturbing anyone. If anyone's in the pool house, I'm not sure if there's anyone in the pool house. So she's just gonna try to pull him away, which for a 5'4" girl with a Great Dane, I don't think is gonna be super successful, but maybe, you never know.
So, what is your strength, and do you have any potence?
My strength is let me look at it, is 3.
Which is above average.
Where's potence at? How do I
It's
know
under
that?
disciplines if you have it.
Oh, yes, I have 1 potence. Uno.
Okay. Well, you're above average, so yeah. You're able to like pull him back, and then the door comes open, and Cindy's in there. She's just dressed casually.
Oh, okay. Well, hi. I'm sorry. Dozer kind of like decided to come say hello.
And she says, no, I get it. I gave him some of my sausage earlier, and I think he might still smell that. So,
Oh, well, you are probably his favorite person in the world now.
yeah,
I understand.
and he's like jumping like up and down, and all excited. And she's like, I think so, yeah. So she reaches in, and she's got like this this bag of like, basically it's like some not butchers, but basically some grocery stores will have their own like bags of sausage. Like you'll see it a lot at Kroger's and Smith's, which you have up there and whatnot.
Yeah.
She's got like a bag of those, and so she pulls out like 3. They're like about yay big, they're fingertip sized. And she pulls out a couple, and he sits right down, and he's just like looking at her with like big old eyes, and she goes, and he's like doing that, like getting ready,
He's following it.
yeah, and then she goes, "Whoa," and she like throws all 3, and he just like spitting up dirt like as soon as his feet touch the ground, and he's like running out there sniffing for him, trying to find it. Just all kinds of excited.
Well, it looks like you've discovered his kryptonite.
Food is his kryptonite.
Yeah, that is going to be. Did we buy all of the accoutrement for a dog,
Yes.
like dog food and toys
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff? Okay. All right. Well, well. Good morning,
Oh,
evening.
right. Yeah. It's
Sorry.
technically your morning, right?
Have you been awake all day, or are you like going the
No.
vampire schedule?
You know, I get to kind of keep a vampire schedule. I guess if we're calling it that. My job has to do with like movies. Well, her
Oh,
job is like movie. Okay, whatever. But
you can say your because you've assumed the persona.
okay, fair enough, fair enough. So my job is I keep odd hours anyways. So I guess it kind of works out.
That's perfect. Have you seen your dad?
I have not.
Oh, wait, they're still in Portland, aren't they? They're not
Yeah, and
back.
I haven't heard anything back as of yet. I'm getting a little concerned.
I haven't either, actually. I don't think. I'm gonna pull out my phone and look if I have any missed calls or texts.
Oh yeah, nothing like that right now.
I'm sure they're fine,
In Portland.
right? They're fine. They're better than me at this type of thing. Right.
Well, I mean, you were able to live how long all by yourself?
Well, oh, it's true, but it's different when I have a very specific set of skills that are not very conducive for knowing how to live in one place at the same time. I know how to hide. I know how to find odd jobs that'll pay you cash under the table, and I know how to hotwire a car.
Oh,
But that doesn't really work for.
So based on your comment, instead of being Liam Neeson in Taken, you're Rob Schneider in Taken.
Yes, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Anyway, what are you doing today? I don't think I have anything going on with them all in Portland. We don't really have jobs to do.
No, and that's a good point. I was actually going to check with that Trudy woman
Oh,
and her people.
She just got married. Is she back from her honeymoon?
Oh, I don't think they had a honeymoon. Given the
Really?
circumstance, yeah, given the circumstances, I think that they stayed here the whole time.
Oh.
I mean, at least that's what I heard to the grapevine.
I guess I wouldn't really know. I kind of ducked out of that whole event early.
Why?
She kind of looks down a little bit and to the side, like, That is a very long story.
Oh.
Well, actually, it's not all that long that I think about it. It's very long emotionally, but I had a boyfriend. We were embraced. He was embraced by the Sabbat. They came after me. He tried to kill me. I spent 30 years on the run, and the sadistic pieces of trash that they are exploded him in front of me.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
you
it's a
know,
much longer emotional journey than telling you what happened.
Fair. I did not know that.
Emotional damage.
Now that I'm feeling like I don't want to be in a comatose state, I was kind of in shock for a few days after it happened.
I completely understand why. I'm sorry I brought that up. That is like so tasteless of me.
How could you have ever known what had happened?
You know, fair, but if you knew what I was before I became this, the apology would probably make more sense.
I mean, you were a wraith, right?
Right.
Or I don't even really know what that is, other than a ghost.
There you go. And what do ghosts do with most of their lives outside of dwell on what they haven't done?
Haunt people.
Right. Which haunting.
You haunted people?
Which haunting is a polite word of just being staring and voyeurs. It sounds cooler if you say it's a haunt.
Oh, like you would watch people like brush their teeth and put on their socks and shoes
Yeah.
and do weird things by themselves. That is incredibly boring.
It can be. Yeah. Or it can be some of the best television you've ever watched. I guess it depends upon who you find.
You knew all the did you have like a family that you haunted, or did you like go from place to place just checking out the channels, as it were?
Oh, no. It works a little bit differently on the other side. The reason why you have quote unquote haunts, I know this is kind of Ghost 101, I guess, but is because the veil between here and there is thinner. So it's easier for us for them to watch and observe, and if they have the powers for it, affect things.
Oh, so you're not like actually in the room with them? Sort of?
Kind of, sort of. Again, okay. What is it? What is that term? TLDR? I'm trying to pick up on some of this like weird lingo that they've come out with. Anyways, but okay. So long story, short. Basically, they call it the Shadowlands, and it kind of sits. Think like dimensions, and it sits transposed over this one. And most things that are here are there. Most.
So they're kind of like shadows of.
Yes. Hence the name.
Okay. Oh,
but
I didn't even mean to do that.
But certain buildings may be different. Like new homes right now, they don't have an impression, because they're just not. I guess. Well, what's the word, like psychically significant, or left some sort of emotional impression or something. Whereas older buildings may still be there in their original form.
Oh, because they've had enough time to have like emotional energy soak into the walls.
Right. Or it may have just been more, I don't know how to put this. Maybe something drastic and dire or important or emotionally invested happened there. And so it kind of stayed the way it was.
Okay. So I'm sure everybody's first thought with that is like something tragic and sad that happened, but could it also happen like if you had a baby? Like if somebody had a baby in the house and it's filled with joy and energy?
It's usually more tragic.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I guess so.
I always wanted to have a baby. It's kind of cool that your dad got to have you before he was embraced. Hence the dog. Speaking of, I'm going to turn around and find Dozer.
Okay, so what
he's doing.
He's staring at a tree right now, diligently, like looking up at something.
Dozer, did you find a squirrel, baby?
As you look up, yeah, there's like a squirrel, like several limbs, like way up there. It's like clutching their nuts.
Come, okay, Dozer, we gotta go back inside. Dozer, come.
So he kind of looks at you, like, "Hoof," but he's got like a questioning look on his face, like, "Can I get it?"
No, come, come.
So he kind of like stop, and he looks, and he stops, and he looks. Go ahead and roll your charisma and animal ken.
Oh, geez, I don't think I have any animal handling. Hold on. No, I have no animal kin, but I do have 4 charisma.
Okay.
So, hold on. Okay, roll them all. Ooh, that's 4 successes.
Wow. Okay.
It's 2 6s, an 8, and a 7.
Okay, so he kind of gets it. He doesn't fully understand, but he he figures you're calling him, so he just comes and runs over and just plops down with an audible thud, next to your side. Just
all right, I'll give him little scritches and be like, okay, we're gonna go inside now. Cindy, are you gonna come in, or are you hanging out, or what? I mean, like, because we've got the day. Do you want to go? We should go see a movie or something. You can tell, like, Trisha's like kind of after coming out of like her comatose shock, she's like super starved for like doing things and being around people. So do you want to go do a movie, or I mean, we went shopping, but we only went shopping for Dozer. Wait, if we leave, do I have to leave? Oh, do you think Jessie would be okay with him? Jesse'd probably be fine. She turns around and starts walking in the house. Like she's like rapid fire, not letting anybody talk.
Okay, sure. And so she was about ready to say something, but then she's kind of let you, go with it.
I say,
So
what
Trish
the
is going to go
fuck?
back inside
Let's do it.
and look for Jesse
Yeah. So
and
he's
see where Jesse
he's
is. But is he? Wait, he's with them, isn't he? He's in
he is.
Portland, isn't he?
Yes.
Frick, who's at the house?
You,
After wandering around the house for a minute, Trish realizes Jesse is not here anymore.
Mhm.
So, sorry guys, I haven't played for like a month.
Right now it's just you and Cindy.
It's just the two. Oh, frick. Okay. So once Trish figures that out, she's gonna look at Cindy and be like, "Anywhere we go, I feel like we're gonna have to bring Dozer with us because I don't trust him here in the house by himself. I feel like he could destroy the house
She
real
says,
quick."
you know, I know somebody you can call.
Really?
And you can probably get them on the cheap. It's going to be weird, but you can probably get them on the cheap.
What do you mean weird?
Hold that thought. And so she goes over and gets the cell phone, and she says, I found this text messaging group that maybe you guys are all on or something. So she starts typing on it, and she says, and then a completely out of character side story that'll probably briefly come up at Vampire or at Ashland by Night on Friday. Everybody randomly gets a text. I need to speak to Cuddles. And then a separate, message comes up and it says, I am here. Who is this?
Who is Cuddles?
Oh, Cuddles is, like I said, it's weird, but it'll work. Cuddles is Trudy's smart cat.
What? You want a cat to babysit my dog?
He could do it.
Dozer will eat him.
Oh, trust me, that's not going to be the case.
Okay. I'll just wait until I hear what Trudy says.
Okay, so she types the on the message.
I think you mean Sophie.
Yeah, and
Sophie, sorry,
yeah,
Sophie.
And then Cuddles replies back as she's asked if he could come over, and then she says, "Oh shoot, I don't have the ability to actually talk to you. Can you text everything?" And he just sends back another text. He says, and he types out, "Sigh, we'll bring my phone."
Trish is getting all these messages too, right?
No, actually, these
Or
are
no.
after this.
Okay.
It's directly between
Between the two.
yeah,
Okay.
between the two. I keep forgetting her name, even though I've got it pulled up right here. Cindy.
Okay.
And so within about 10 minutes or so, you hear this padding at the back glass door.
Okay. Trish is gonna go over to it and look down.
Okay. There is this really nice, kind of wise looking orange and white cat. With well kept fur. He has this little kind of like when parents get too much for their pets or whatnot, he's got like this harness and whatnot where it looks like it might normally clip on. In its place, there's a spot for a cell phone.
This is very weird. Okay.
And so
you're gonna open the door.
Yep. So he just comes walking in. He just looks at you and says, "Meow," and he just keeps walking on by, and he promptly puts himself up onto the couch, and of course Dozer comes running over real quick and sees the cat and attempts to get in too close, and immediately you see Cuddles pull up his paw and smack him with enough force that Dozer goes, looks at what the hit you? Huh? And
Trish goes straight over to Dozer's like, what are you doing? Cindy, what did you just invite over to my house? She's looking back at Cuddles. You are not allowed to hurt my dog.
And so he just looks at you and says, "Meow." And then he does one of these numbers, hooks his phone and then sets it down, and you see him with his pad go down on the the keyboard on the phone and just starts sliding his pad around and starts forming text messages.
Cindy, I'm kind of freaked out right now. This is very weird.
She says, I told you it's weird, but it'll work. Animal Kingdom and all. I've already seen some of this in action.
Okay, what's Cuddles saying?
And so Cuddles comes back and he says, okay, what's with the large dog?
The large dog is my dog. This is Dozer. Dozer, this is a very strange cat named Cuddles.
So, Dozer kind of looks at you and he's all excited and whatnot. And so Cuddles looks at Dozer and then stares at him intently and says, meow. And then Dozer sits down.
Did you just tell him to sit?
And so he slides, in the thing and he says, of course, I'm making sure he remains calm. And so Cindy's like,
Okay.
and she looks at him and she says, okay, we're wondering if we could hire you to watch him for just a little bit. And he's like, and he kind of like looks and rolls his eyes and he says,
Look, Jesse is not here. Or I would ask him to do it.
and so he slides, he slides on the text phone and whatnot, and then sends the text over. And he says, I know he is with my mommy. And then
they're all there.
He slides, some more text, and he says, I will do it for $50 an hour.
Are you kidding me? But you're talking about like 50, like 50 kitty treats, right?
And so he just kind of looks at you.
You are too expensive. What? Okay.
And Cindy's like, it's fine. If you don't have the money, I'll help pay.
No, I have
It's
the
not a big
money,
deal.
but $50 an hour, I wouldn't even pay a babysitter that much. That's not how much my parents paid for me.
And then she kind of goes, and Cuddles starts sliding the text, and she says, "Don't." And he kind of looks at her, and he says, and he starts like wiping some of it out, and then he fires the text off, and he says, Why am I debating with a vampire what's too expensive? It's
Look,
clear I can control it.
I know you can control, at least you can get him to sit down. That's wonderful. And I might want you to teach me how to do that. However, $50 an hour is a lot. And you're a cat. What are you going to use that on? Like catnip? Do you have a catnip problem?
So he looks down at his phone and he says, you're talking to an intelligent cat using a cell phone. Presumably, I already have a cell phone bill.
Wouldn't your mommy, as you call her, be the one taking care of that?
And so
because it's not exactly like your name can be on the bill.
So he sends a text. He sends a text again, and she's holding it up as as he sends a text, and he says, "Would you want your mommy paying for everything?"
Well, my mommy's dead, so she can't.
My mommy technically is dead.
That is not the same. Dead and in the ground and dead and walking around are two very different things.
But that does not mean I want her paying for everything. I want to provide for my own needs. And besides.
Okay, now I'm just curious. What in the world do you have besides a cell phone bill? Like, do you literally have like expenses?
So he kind of looks and mutters it around, signs text, yes.
Like what?
And he says, and he lists off, cell phone bill. He's maintaining a website.
You're maintaining a what? Okay, at this point, I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, I will pay you $50 an hour. We will be gone. I'm gonna look at Cindy and be like, "What are we doing? How long are we gonna be gone?"
A couple hours. And he sends another text. He says, "Or your kind does enjoy favors. I would be willing to take one of those.
I will buy you catnip."
I don't need catnip.
Why? You get it yourself?
Yes, of course.
What kind of a favor would you want? Look, I don't really do. I don't. What kind of favor?
He says, "Very well then. For a minor boon, I will watch your dog.
What is a minor?
As
But what's
well,
a minor
and
boon to
as he's
you?
typing it out, and he says, as well as I will throw in teaching him to sit and obey."
Okay, but what's
he,
it? What
he
like?
smacks his paw down on the couch twice and says meow to the to Dozer, and Dozer kind of looks at him and looks back at you, and then he just rolls over and kind of looks at the cat like, was that right? Did I? and so Cuddles
But you
walks up
can't.
and then pats him politely on the head with his paw.
But Cuddles, you cannot be alpha. I have to be alpha.
I can teach you how to do that. That's easy.
Okay, I will do it. But the minor boon cannot be something ridiculous.
Oh, of course not.
Like I'm not gonna dress up in like a cat suit and come out to the cat park with you.
And so he starts going.
Thank you for that wonderful assessment.
So he starts typing again, and he says, "Why in the world would you think that I would be interested in you that way?
I didn't
That
mean
is bizarre."
Oh my gosh. Okay, Cindy, we're gonna go. We'll be back in a couple of hours. Bye.
And so he sends a final text. Do we have an agreement?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So then he looks. He sits up proper. He looks at Dozer and he basically meows again. And Dozer comes walking up and he pets him. He pets him politely and
Food is in the cupboard.
he says, "Okay, thank you." Sending a text, and he walks off, and Dozer just kind of walks off following him.
When you had said weird before, I thought like we were gonna like be talking about like someone like Jesse or like a gay or something like not
Oh no, you
a
have to be careful.
cat.
No, well, I know it's really weird. I was thinking on the fly. You have to understand your kind, at least from what I can tell, if you're dead enough, I don't know what the priority or how that works out, but animals pick up on that.
Yeah, they do.
And it freaks them out.
Some
At
of them
least with
do.
Cuddles, he's alive, and I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna work as long as I come back to a dog that doesn't have scratch marks all over his nose.
Well,
It'll be fine.
there you go. Just keep repeating that mantra. It can't be worse than anything you've already experienced up to this point, right?
That is very true.
Okay. So let's go check in with Trudy and see if she knows anything, and then we can go do whatever from there.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like a deal to me.
All right. So those of you who are in Portland at this point, so all of you have been brought in. This is not the hub itself, but it is what is considered like an auxiliary location. This particular location is like a power substation off of a nearby freeway. So it's pretty unassuming. If you ever seen those, sometimes, they'll be like a building with just a door. And sometimes they'll have like a little bit of a gate around it, which that's what this has. Inside, you are meeting with Sandra Keekley. Sandra Keekley is one of the local leaders of the covens here. And in specific, she's actually with the Rosicrucian Order. She looks like Helen Mirren when she was a little bit younger, for a visual reference. She is she's dressed in casual, but even her casual is dressed up a little. But she's not wearing like copious amounts of makeup or her hair done or anything because of the nature of what's happening. This is in the middle of the day at this point. All of you have been called in kind of like as an emergency sort of situation. She's explained to all of you that they unfortunately don't have a lot of details, but they do know that there is a hunter group in town at this very moment, and they are hunting vampires. This has caused alarms to go off across the city. And while they don't know if the hunters mean them ill as well, what they do know is that one of their own, despite the fact he's independent, he's been very helpful to the coven up here in Portland. His name is Colin Lohr, and he has gone missing with some of his compatriots. Sansa, of course, is with all of you as well, and has indicated that they went into one of their lairs, which was underground, which they didn't realize was actually a part of the Shanghai tunnels in Portland, which is an underground network underneath Portland that was used to smuggle things and people and help with like the illegal slave trade. People basically hence getting shanghaied and thrown on a ship, for crew purposes or just reselling. And she says, what we need to do at this point is hope that the hunters do whatever it is they're going to do. We are trying to find Colin and bring him safely back. One of our fast exit locations was recently used and compromised, so we are in the process of changing that over. We have if you run into extensive trouble and need to just get away, or more importantly, you find Colin and need to quickly get out of the area, you're given a place called Superstar Video. It is an old video store rental place, kind of like the ones that used to be like a chain. At one point in time, it probably was a Blockbuster and then went independent. So it's still a video store. And she gives you the address to it. She says, all you need to do is go here and ask for Nolan.
Nolan sure gets around.
And I do have a question. I'm with the Portland Sorcerers now, or I thought I was with Sansa, or not Sansa, with Damaris and that group.
Yes, you are with the Portland Sorcerers at this point. You have already dropped. Damaris right now is currently in an undisclosed location.
Right.
And the others are actually with her because they don't really know them or trust them. You're the only one that they really kind of know, and
right.
Since you were involved, you kind of know a little bit what you were up against.
Right. I would also know that the hunters are in there because of the because of the anarchs.
Yeah, you know that. They don't know that at this point. That's up for
Okay.
you to kind of relay if you want later on. Okay. But that's the reason why you're looped into this group, because you're a familiar face.
Right.
And she says, we have two places where we think he might have gone. One is a neighborhood that is kind of defined by the Sacco Suds laundromat. It's off of downtown, and she says near the river. There are several buildings in that area that are slated for quote-unquote revitalization, so they're abandoned. It's possible he may be there. And, of course, she gives you the address to the Sacco Suds. She says the other one that he may be at is Manny's. It's a Cuban restaurant in a predominantly Latino neighborhood which is to the south. We're positive that he got out, but we think he may be severely wounded and was unable to leave the city. We do know that he knows it well enough that he can get around, which is why we can narrow some of these locations down. She says one of the problems we're going to be facing is the Superstore Superstar Video is the other end of town from these two locations. This was the closest we were able to get without bringing undue attention to us, because we know that there are other hunter groups in town outside of the one doing the attacking.
Jerome, what's the name of the first place you listed?
Sac O'Suds Laundromat.
Saxo says. Thank you.
Do we have intel on where the hunters are? Any of the hunter groups?
Not as of yet. It's in the news, and it's a little delayed. They know where they were.
Do we know who they are?
Right now that they know, it's federal, so they U.S. Marshals with the ATF, which she actually reiterates is another reason why all of you should be very careful about what it is that you do.
Do you think
they don't like us much? They don't like us any more than they like the vampires.
Do you think they're after Mr. Lore?
We don't know, but they could be.
Mr. Lore?
They don't see political. They don't see political
Colin.
alignments. They just see supernatural threats.
Closed-minded as usual.
I can tell you that these hunters that were brought in were specifically for the Sabbat vampires here. They are not. They're not here for us at all.
That's reassuring.
All
I can't give all the information, but I can tell you that they like I said, they're not here for us, but we still want to lay low. They are hitting specific points in the city because those are known vampire hangouts or vampire locations.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So then we know they're going to be focusing on vampires, which means
Yes. Which is why they're going during the day.
the thing we're going to have to worry about is, in essence, kicking the beehive. So the vampires, since it's during the day, may not be looking for you, but they have other means of reaching out and biting back. That's what you're going to have to be worried about.
Yeah, I've no doubt that they might be looking for me specifically because, well, I mean, me and Colin and a couple others were the ones that went into the temple to rescue Damaris, the anarch that they kidnapped.
I still find it hard to wrap my mind around the fact that the hunters are working with vampires against other vampires.
The enemy
Well,
of my enemy is my friend.
That is exactly right. That's the entire reason they're working with them. My understanding from being in there is that they have sort of a working relationship. Basically, don't cause trouble and we won't cause trouble for you. However, for them to go in here and do this this hit on all these locations was in exchange for basically a favor of some sort.
Interesting. So what kind of favor?
That is between them. I don't know. Something significant considering the assault that was put on the city.
Well,
And I'm most likely going to go back because that's where I live now. But right now we need to find Colin because he helped. He's also involved in that agreement.
And you're not worried about them harming you in any way?
Oh, I always am. I'm always on my guard. However, it's been beneficial so far because I don't know if you guys have heard, but we were also able to take out the leader of the cult of Duglathal, Trial, who is a
Oh,
known demon.
that's a
I
big deal.
I stabbed her myself.
You
Well done.
did.
She was not
That is
easy.
extraordinary.
She was intense. But weirdly, she was taken down with the help of another demon. So
Oh boy.
it was a trade-off, lesser evil, so to speak.
You have been having some very interesting adventures. I
I will
think I'm
say,
kind of jealous in a way.
retirement hasn't been that boring.
Is she really gone?
Yes.
And she says, "I don't mean to interrupt this touching,
Oh,
conversation." She says, "But we do have somebody out there who needs to be
yes.
brought back safely."
Yes.
Of course.
Um,
That's
He deserves to be brought back. Yes.
She steps over to a small little fold-out table that's in here, probably used by the city workers that come in here just for like lunch breaks or whatnot. But the table itself, she opens up a case, and there are a couple weapons in here, and there's a bag next to that that has bulletproof vests. She says there's enough here for all of you, and she says and if you need it, there are two. And she says there are weapons available.
I'm also gonna pull out the bag, the 6-demon bag, because I'm assuming it's been a couple of days since. Oh, how long? How long has it been since
the
she
previous game.
rescued everything, and now that she's here with the Ashland group, would it have been time for her to recharge the demon bag?
Nope.
Okay, never mind then.
Nick, can they ward the vests?
There won't be any time.
Ariel will take off her jacket and put the vest on, and then put the jacket back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Same here.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll
There
take care
are, if
Ditto.
anybody wants it, there are 2 Glock 22s, which if you need the stats, the link I posted in the Facebook chat will give that to you.
Do I still have the gun that I took from that guy?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of gun is it?
Who is it that you took it from?
The guy that shot Damaris.
That was
That
that
was
was
like a
high-power
Oh,
rifle.
yeah. That,
Yeah.
that,
I
good
definitely
luck.
kept that. I would
Good
not have
luck
chucked that out a window.
No, that's fine. Good luck wielding it, however. That is, where did it go?
I'm just curious if it would be realistic to bring it.
I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. It's a Barrett M82A1.
Barrett.
You can also find the stats for that on that page.
Yeah, I'll take one of the Glocks.
It's also called an anti-material rifle.
Oh, jeez.
That's for sure.
God.
It did not like the material of her arm, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whenever you watch special forces in movies or whatnot nowadays, and you see those like big sniper rifles with like a unwieldy scope sitting on top, that's usually the Barrett. And in fact,
Said
if
it was a Barrett?
Yep.
Or Beretta?
No, it's a Barrett.
It's the second. I just saw it. The second one in rifles, Barrett M82A1.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't go
And
down
there's the there's 2 Glock 22s if you like them, and then there's also and you guys will like this. There is also the Nerf Vulcan gun.
Go ahead, Dale.
What? No 50 cals just tucked in the back? Jeez.
My character he just gets the vest. He doesn't get any of the other weapons.
Okay.
Well, I pull out the Barrett that I confiscated, and I say, "This is available too, but it's too heavy for me to carry." So, should just put it in the weapon pile.
So if anybody wants it, it's there.
Good. Yeah, mine took one of the Glocks.
Okay.
I've got a 9mm. I'm good. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll take another one just in case. You can't have too many weapons, right?
Nope. There's enough for 2 clips apiece.
Okay.
I only have one in firearms, but okay.
Yeah, same here. But
Yeah, what's mine? It's 1.
So you can use it.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's a point and click, right?
pretty much.
I mean, just be careful what you're pointing and clicking at.
I've been having fun down at the shooting range.
Okay.
I'm
so,
not going to grab any pistols. I'm just going to keep my sword.
Okay. Fair enough. So are you taking the rifle then again, Sansa, since nobody else is taking it?
You know what? Yeah, I'll just kind of hang it on my back.
Okay. It's very heavy. What's your strength?
Is it really heavy?
Oh, yeah.
My strength is 3.
Okay. Yeah. So you're able to carry it, but yeah, it's bulky.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just in case, I'll just bring it. If I need to ditch it, I will. It's not even hers.
Excuse me while I whip this house.
Okay. How many cars do we have? Should we just take one car?
Well, where were we going to head first? There was the sack of suds and Manny's. Right?
I think we should try the laundromat first.
It's as good a place to start as any.
And work our way over to Superstar.
Right.
Well, this isn't the Superstar video basically where we're going to end up.
Mm-hmm.
That's if we need to escape
If we need
or
it.
once we get Colin.
Right.
Yep.
Or Colin might beat us there if we do not
No,
find
yeah.
him at the other two.
Colin will definitely not meet you there. He does not know about it.
Oh,
true.
okay.
He only knew about the supermarket one. I think the Whole Foods.
Yep. Knew about Whole Foods.
All right.
All right.
So who's
So,
driving?
The car that I came with is probably. Do I have that still?
No.
Yeah.
I
That
can
was
drive
probably ditched.
We could take the van.
it. Or that.
Would you take 2 vehicles just in case? I can drive one.
I would agree with that.
Okay. That works for me.
So I will let you guys divvy up who goes with who. But with that, Sandra collects what's left over, nods to all of you here, wishing you the best, and leaves in her car. Post
From what was
haste.
Sandra's last name?
What is whose last name?
Sandra's?
Keekly.
Keekly.
How do you spell that?
Keekly
weird.
is spelled Kuechly.
Oh my god, I totally had it
Thank
wrong.
you. I had no idea how to spell that.
I'm sorry, Ley. Sorry, can you spell that again?
It's in
You
the
just put it in the
Facebook
chat.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
No problem.
how do you get an E with a U? Okay.
It's not English language. That's why.
Right. Yeah.
I know Jerome loves these names.
I do.
Stupid English.
The just as a side note, Sandra is named after my favorite linebacker from the Carolina Panthers, Luke Kuechly, and the leader of the Ancient Order of Aeon Rights. Not that you guys would ever know any of this because you're not sports fans, but Cornell Biakapatuka. is named after a running back who used to play for the Carolina Panthers,
How
Nice.
funny.
called Shimunga Biakabatuka.
Wow.
I like watching football. I just don't follow it.
I love watching football. But besides the point, who's
Yeah.
going with me?
I will.
Okay.
I'll ride with Dale's character.
Okay.
Sorry, Dale. What's your character's name?
Oh yeah, maybe
You
we
would
should
know
introduce
him
ourselves.
as Doc.
As Doc? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's Estelle.
Was it what Estelle
Mm-hmm.
with 2 L's?
Estelle Langley. Yes.
My name is Ariel.
The one and kiss the girl.
Um, okay. I don't know if it's important, but Ariel is what did I say? 5'10", athletic, wears like athleisure clothes, simple ponytail. Essentially, like, I mean, her day job is as a like a personal trainer, not personal trainer, people that work with athletes.
Physical trainer,
Like a
Physical
coach?
trainer.
Or, okay.
No, physical.
Therapist.
therapist.
That's what I meant. Why
Hey, we
did I
got
not-
there in the end.
Whatever. Yes. So, yeah, that's what I look like.
So Estelle looks like this, long hair. She's chubby and short. She's about 5'1".
See, Kevin Brown, also known as Doc. He's middle-aged, kind of has hair kind of like mine, white with flecks of black. He does wear like a white like doctor's smock, and he always has like random gadgets with him that he's either wearing or carrying around with him. There you go.
I'm getting Doc from Back to the Future.
Back to the
vibes.
Future. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that is actually one of the first people that I commented to him about when I sent him the sheet.
Yeah.
So
I'm running with that.
Yep.
I like it.
that makes sense. Doc Brown in the World of Darkness. Great Scott.
Yeah.
I just lost half the people here.
What's that? Oh, you have
I think she lost a few people.
yeah. I've got a really bad signal right now in Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
I can
Yeah, we
see
can
it,
hear
I
you.
Okay.
And now she's back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So while she is in the process of coming back and reconnecting,
There we go.
there she is.
I have everybody again. Interesting.
All right, so you're going to the Sack of Suds first?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Roger, Matt.
So, as you set off from where this power substation was at, you're going across town, and you can tell that it's tense in the city. Like the streets tend to be a little more clear than normal. Portland has had a history of having problems, especially downtown. So when things started popping off clearly with the ATF and the agents, the people kind of took that as a sign of like, we should probably stay away from certain sections of the city, or just stay indoors and whatnot. So it's I don't want to say eerily calm, but for being the middle of the day, you would expect to see more people about. So in a sense, it helps because it lets you get from point A to B quicker. But it does kind of play up on the hackles on the back of your neck. That something is clearly wrong in the city. Looks like we were having problems with Brittany again.
Yeah, she looks frozen.
Yeah,
Yep.
she popped off and she's coming back in.
So we're going to the laundromat first.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Still missing Haley. That's weird. I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. My kid woke up with a earache, so give me 1 second.
Sure. So while we are waiting on that at this point, Trish, you and Cindy are driving across town and heading back over to the ranch. Ranch looking as lovely as it normally does. It has the nice runway solar lighting along the outside, and you come pulling up. Of course, there's a gentleman kind of waiting out front, keeping an eye on the place. Of course, it's pretty heavy security, and he comes walking up as you bring the car to a stop, and he
Oh my
says,
gosh, what is happening?
"Yeah, Brittany's having some pretty bad connections right now for some reason."
Mm.
Yeah, which is weird because she usually doesn't have these issues.
Mhm.
It's normally all the rest of us. Trish will get out of the car and look at the man, address the man that has shown up and say, we have come to see Miss Trudy. Is she available?
Do you have an
Maybe.
appointment?
No, but we're friends.
And so the guy he steps back a second and taps on his ear and calls it in. And he says, "I'm sorry. What was your name, ma'am?"
I'm Trish.
And she says, "I'm Cindy. I'm newer. I don't know if she knows me or if that's too much information." And so the guy takes the information and calls it in, and then he says, "All right, you'll need to park over here."
Right.
He
Okay.
just points in a direction for you guys to basically pull the car over and park, so it's not directly in the roundabout driveway.
Okay, hopefully this will work better.
You look good. So,
Thanks.
all right. Cindy's driving the car, right? Or
Yes.
was it me? Okay, yeah. I'll just stay out and let her do what she needs to do.
I have Shelly blacked out. Is that what
Yes.
everyone
Yeah.
has? Okay, just checking.
So I guess I just wait for Cindy to come back and then go wherever the gentleman has directed for us to go inside.
Sure. Yep. So you guys park the car, and he walks you up to the door as Xandria ends up answering. Xandria, of course, another interesting name. She is in a nice power suit for business. She also has an earpiece in, and it's clearly has a firearm, at her side. And she says, "Okay, ladies, if the two of you will follow me, I will take you to Ms. Maxwell."
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Cindy and say, there was not this much security before she got married.
Does this make her more of a celebrity then?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll have to ask her for her autograph or something.
Well, I think it's more like one of those things where it's like you're really wealthy and people know who you are, but you're not like a celebrity people like are like freaking out about. Does that make sense? Like, I think they've got connections to the underground, as it were. She has a lot of connections now.
Maybe.
I mean, she had connections before, but like it seems like she's got more now. No.
Some of the stuff.
Yeah, she's still having some connection issues. Bummer.
I can see you all. Can you see or hear me? Oh,
You're a
no.
robot.
My goodness. I'm going to clear out all of my Firefox. See if that makes a difference.
You might also want to back away from looking at the stream as well.
Yeah, that's one of the windows I'm closing. Okay, is it any better?
It's good for right now.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Sorry, where were we?
Cindy and Trish just got to Trudy's house.
So I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
Nope.
no. I was RPing a little bit of a delay while you worked on everything.
Appreciate that.
We're vamping.
Yes. So, Xandria walks all of you inside, and looks like we have lost Brittany again.
No. Oh my gosh.
Have you rebooted, Brittany?
No.
Okay, please reboot.
Okay. Well,
It really sucks. I know, like the timing of this is terrible. Most of us are on a limited time right now.
I know. So Trish is going to look over at Cindy and say, will you text Cuddles and make sure that Dozer is okay? I do not have his phone number.
Sure. So she, types up, a message real quick and sends it over. And he sends a text back, and she, pardon me. Oh, she shows, she shows Trish, and it's it took a few minutes, but it's a quick video of Dozer being taught to obey. Although you don't understand what's being said, you just hear like the cat meow, and then Dozer kind of like looking, and then you're like meow, meow, and then he does something right, and then you see like a sausage treat come flying from off camera.
Okay. How does this cat, how does he do this? He's got video. He's taking a freaking video. Cindy, what in the, do you understand how strange this is? How
No,
do
I
you, how do you
totally-
even know about him?
Remember I told you we watch.
Oh, all right.
I just happened to see him with his parents at one point.
Does that mean that you've seen like things?
Did this suddenly go like?
I'm
not
just
rated all of a
wondering, or
sudden?
do you guys like have like privacy limits
No,
where
there
it's
are
like we're
creeps
gonna be
out there
done.
that will genuinely like watch that. Yeah, I mean,
That is awful. I mean,
yeah.
gross. No. That's horrible. You never did that, right?
No, oh no, that
Good.
is not my thing. Thank you.
Because I might have had to like talk to your dad and say you might need to have a discussion with your daughter.
Okay, in fairness,
Just
you're-
totally joking.
in fairness, you're probably going to creep my father out more than you would have creeped me out. I think, given the fact that he can move like at really fast speeds, like you vampires can, he probably would have had like the heebie-jeebies at that speed and like disrobed or something because of everything happened. Like just him freaking out.
Okay. I won't say anything to him, but that is kind of weird, right?
I didn't say any of it was natural. I just said this is kind of what some of them do because it's
Okay,
a
wait.
thing
So
to
now I
do.
have another question.
Okay.
Like me being on the run, like when I was in my car, could you like see me in my car if you wanted to? Or can you only see things that are in stationary places?
Yeah, that's not how that works.
What do you mean?
But that's a little bit more complicated. But no, I mean, if you're in town, you're driving around, then yeah, they could see you, no problem.
But I don't have I didn't ever have like a shadow in my passenger seat, like hanging out with me.
I have no idea.
Oh.
If you're that, wait, you don't even have a car right now, do you?
I know. I'm just wondering because I'm just wondering if I had like a silent passenger.
I mean, you could have,
Like-
I guess.
They see me screaming at the top of my lungs or singing.
Testing,
One or the other.
testing.
Sibyllus,
Hello. 1, 2, 3. We hear
you're
you,
back.
Brittany.
Welcome back.
Hopefully that did something.
Sorry for the technical delays.
You don't usually have them, so
No.
this is
Yeah, that's weird for
super
you.
fun.
Okay, so now that we're back, Xandria brings Trish and Cindy in to Trudy at this point. Trudy, you have already gotten done with your normal morning routine at this point. You have probably just gotten done training with Agea as well.
Okay, so Trudy would arrive wearing I don't know if I can describe it very well. Basically it's like a short sleeve shorts romper
Mm-hmm.
that's essentially like a gym suit from like the 50s. if you can picture that.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I totally can.
I mean, I've shown it to Jerome before. That's what Trudy wears to exercise.
Okay. But it's
So-
like luxurious old looking, right? Like silky.
I mean, I don't know that you could classify any of those as luxurious.
I'm just kidding. It's just the Ventrue in you.
Oh. No, it's the vintage.
Sure. Okay.
Anyway, whatever.
And she
So-
says, ma'am, Cindy and Trish here to see you.
Well, this is unexpected, but not unwelcome. How are you all
Hi.
doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm gonna go into like have for like a hug.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely hug you back.
Okay. She's like,
Oh.
how are you post nuptials?
Oh boy,
Oh, that's not right.
it's been so busy getting settled and taking on a whole new household. But
I know there's definitely some changes around here. I don't remember ever having to have an appointment before.
well, such is the way of the Giovanni, I suppose.
Yeah, they're kind of uptight.
They have their um, procedures.
Are you liking being married though? I mean, this isn't your first marriage, right?
Right. Um, I mean, it's nice to have Malcolm around all the time instead of, you know, every couple of days. So
This is
that
nice.
that part's nice.
I got a dog.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Uh,
His name is Dozer. He is a Great Dane. He is like over half of the size of me.
well, that's just adorable. And you haven't had any trouble with him. He likes you just fine.
He seems to. I was a little nervous about that when we first got him, but he seems to be
Yes.
okay. He's with Cuddles right
Um,
now, doing
the,
some training.
the Baron's cat.
Yeah, I had the same reaction, but they seem
Yep.
to be
Cindy
fine.
just shrugs.
It was her idea.
Well, he's someday I'm gonna have to ask her what the story is behind that cat.
And right? Because like that's not a normal cat. I mean, not that I mind all that much since it seems to be working out, but
Well, it will probably be fine. Um,
hopefully.
you're welcome to bring him over sometime if you need to.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
we keep a few animals out here too. Helps with the cover. And
Well,
also, I did miss riding
yeah. What riding as in
horse
horseback riding?
horses, dear.
Oh, I've never been horseback riding.
Well,
No,
when
Trish,
things
she meant oxen.
What? Look, don't play with me. It's not. Look.
Well, your country.
Oh,
You
not
rode
that
horses.
kind of country.
She
Not
doesn't
that kind
look
of country.
Mennonite, does
o-
she?
oxen don't make for good riding.
Wait, you've actually ridden an oxen?
I'm, what girl grows up with beef never tried riding an ox before?
Was it the ones with like the big horns and stuff? Because they had
Like
longhorns
the
in
longhorn
Texas, but
horse,
oh
horse,
my
horse.
gosh.
Anyway, they're those those gate. It's not real comfortable. But anyway, yeah, when things calm down here a little bit, you're more than welcome to come check out the horses.
That would be lovely. But I don't think calm down or things settling is something that happens in this town. I have decided.
Hope springs eternal. In any case, what brings y'all by? Can I help with anything?
We were just checking, I think, if you had heard any updates.
Oh yeah, that's why we were here. Trish is very focused on Dozer. Have you heard anything from Portland from the group?
Well, not. Wait, Jerome, has she heard anything from? I mean, she's
As
not
of,
able
as
to
of
be
this
back.
point, yeah, as of this point, the group probably has just risen.
Okay. Um, well, it's a bit early yet. Anything that they're doing, they're probably doing right now.
Yeah, it's just it has been a couple of days and it's a little nerve wracking to be back at the house all alone. I mean,
Right.
now I mean, Cindy's here, so I guess we're not totally alone, but
I would have liked to go up to, but
Well,
you're Giovanni now.
keep in mind, you're never technically ever totally alone. After all the conversations you've had with me,
I know. I I didn't know we were going to get all philosophical, but yeah. No, you're right. Um yeah, I'm just worried. I'm worried about the group. I kind of was out of it when they left, so when I kind of came into a better state, they were all gone, and I had to hear secondhand from everybody what was happening. So,
yeah. How are you holding up? By the way, I know that was a big shock for you.
I'm okay. I mean, it was a shock. I was in shock. I kind of like was in a place where nothing existed for a couple of days. I came to find out. Reva's helped a lot at the
Really?
beginning, but
Really?
yeah, I kind of like froze when it happened, and he's the one that kind of got me moving and back in the car and back to the house.
An interesting side of him. I don't think many probably see.
I have a feeling it had more to do with the fact that we were out in the open and I was frozen.
Could be. Could be.
So I don't
Well,
think he has a nurturing bone in his body. I think he's all strategy.
could be. Could be. It was both. You never
Yeah.
know.
But I'm
Um,
okay. I wanted to like do something, so that's why I got the dog. And it was kind of Cindy's idea. Just kind of get a give Cindy a look of like, right?
I said shopping, then you took it to, going to Petique.
Well, I'm still gonna blame you.
Okay.
um,
I could have worse things to my name.
but yeah, I just wanted I wanted something that was gonna be with me always. So, which is ironic considering the fact he's not here right now. But anyway,
I understand. And how are you holding up, Miss Cindy?
Busy,
Settling in?
sort of. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be able to settle in. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. I was resurrected. How many people do you know can really say that? I'm in the bottle of somebody else. I have a job that I need to learn on the fly. Yeah.
that's got to be weird.
It is weird. So,
Is there anything?
but it keeps me on my toes.
Is there anything we can help with?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I should be okay. Do I call you Ms. Trudy or Trudy or Ms. Maxwell? Like, how should?
You can call me whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay. I'm getting a really weird feeling being here. Is there something wrong with the house now? Like, is it? I mean, this is like the second time I've been here, but is it like?
Haunted?
I don't know. Yeah, is it haunted? Would you even know? Well, you get the boogeyman as a
Well,
family member now, so.
you might be talking about Bobby, or
Bobby.
It-
Who's a Bobby?
oh, he's probably around here somewhere. Bobby, are you busy?
So you see a like a curtain nearby get blown. There's no wind. It just kind of goes.
Apparently, he's not.
She said, and so yeah, at that point, Cindy's like, "Oh, so that's what that's like." Oh,
You
I-
haven't been on this side, have you? to
not
see
Can I
that?
do-
not knowing what I know. No,
Can I do aura perception and just look around?
Yeah.
What are my points? Trudy is not as good at this as Sophie is. Apparently, she's good enough. That is 3 successes.
Okay. So yeah, she sees him.
Well, look at you, Bobby. You're learning to manipulate things. That's a new one, right? You couldn't do that before?
And then you hear like a disembodied voice from someplace. No, I couldn't.
Why has he always been able to talk?
Well,
And so yeah, and at that point, Cindy's like, so he's
ever
on
since
this
he was
side?
ever since he was 1 years old.
Well, I know, but I didn't realize that when he was in this form that he could talk.
And Cindy kind of turns and looks at you and she said, what kind of a comment is that?
You said the veil is thin, and like sometimes ghosts can talk and sometimes they can't. Normally, it's in stories when they're yelling, "Get out!" Like I didn't realize you could have like full on conversations.
And she says, well, normally no, unless you're a medium, but I can hear him. Everybody can hear him. So is he on this side? Ooh. Well, that's dangerous.
Isn't he attached to something though?
That is how it typically works.
Yeah,
As
because
I
that was your looking at Cindy. That was your dad's whole thing too.
Right. Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
was trying to find you.
Yeah. We call those fetters.
Yeah.
Bobby, this is Miss Trish. She's one of the new vampires in town. And this is Miss Cindy. She is it's a little complicated. You met Mr. Baxter, right? She is Mr. Baxter's daughter, but she used to be like you, and now she's like this.
Oh, she is inhabiting a body? And so Cindy's like, no, it's a longer story than that, and like a whole lot weirder.
It's a little complicated.
But we're happy to have her.
And as you guys are chatting and commencing with the idle chit chat, switching back over to Portland.
And she'll also introduce Bobby to them as her son.
Right.
Right.
Her deceased son.
She doesn't use that word.
Yep.
We don't use the D
in this
word.
case. The D word.
So
I
you
mean,
guys,
isn't everyone in this room?
some version of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys have traveled across town at this point. You are at, and this is during the day. Finding the sack of suds is not terribly hard. It sits on the outskirts of an area that looks like, as Sandra said, in the process of being revitalized. It's this old laundry, and it's still in use. It's this old building. It's got cracked paint coming off the sides at certain points. You know, the sign doesn't completely light up accurately anymore, but it says sack of suds and coin-operated laundromat on the inside. Probably has something like 30 machines in there for washing and drying. The a beat up cart sits out front that you would use to haul your laundry in and out with, or if you're a homeless person, just taking it outright. There is an alley that basically it sits on a city block. There's an alley that runs behind it, and then flanking it on either side are just buildings that are all marked, properties for sale and whatnot.
Right. Well, shall we go in?
Anyone know what he looks like?
Yes, I do. I've been working with them closely, so I'm gonna get out and gonna look around first. I'm gonna just try to I'm not stealthing it, but I'm not trying to draw attention to myself either. So
Okay.
And I'm gonna look around. Do I see anybody that resembles Colin?
Well, since you're the only one that knows what it looks like here, go ahead and roll your perception and alertness.
Perception, alertness. 1.
You do not. Looking around, the area is pretty beat up and kind of grungy looking. From the fact that many of these buildings have been standing here vacant for some time, so they're in various states of disrepair and whatnot. Let me look at. Oops, that's not what I want. Hold on one second. Here we go. Take it away, Brittany.
Such a great song.
It is actually. Why don't everybody give me a wits and enigmas check?
I would have
difficulty 7.
said wits and enigmas.
Yes, wits and enigmas.
Okay. I would have described to them what he looked like as well, because obviously it seems pointless for one person to just be looking.
Right.
How many abs did you say he has?
Yes.
That's what we're really
His defining feature.
He's got
All of the
like
dark abs.
he's got like a 12-pack he carries with him.
I botched.
Let's see.
One
No.
success.
I got 2
What's difficulty?
successes.
6?
Yeah,
I got one
difficulty
success
7.
with two ones.
That's not a botch. That's just a fail.
Okay.
Just one.
I had 2.
Okay. All right. So as you are all kind of looking around, trying to make heads or tails of like why somebody might run to a laundromat or this neighborhood in general, Sansa, as you're glancing down the alleyway, there is something just not right about the building that's at the very end of this alleyway. Looks like the building, it's 3 stories. All the buildings around here are 3 stories. Looks like they are probably maybe apartments or just, single studio homes or at one point in time.
Okay. You said I have a
But-
50-foot radius on my necklace, right? As far as vampires. Okay. Cool,
That
cool,
is
cool.
correct.
I'm gonna kind of look sideways at the building and just kind of point to that building. Does that look right to you guys?
Those of you who, as she points, you don't see the building she's referring to.
Well, I would tell you if there was a building there.
Log out again.
I don't see anything.
It's right.
Sorry.
Must be shielded or something. From
You're
you
seeing a
guys.
building?
Yes, it's a 3-story building. It looks like. You said apartment style. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out again. Like I describe exactly what what color it is. 3 stories. Is this for how far down from the laundromat is this? You said it's at the end of the alleyway.
Yeah, end of the alleyway. Yeah, so it's on the same block. You just have to go to the very end.
Dale, your faces are killing me.
Excuse me.
Well, lead the way.
um,
If you can
I-
see it, it's probably
Wow.
important.
Or dangerous. Okay. Well, I'm
it's-
gonna.
It's enchanted for some reason.
Mhm.
Does anyone have a way to find out what's weird about it?
Can you see it?
Jerome, can I see it? I got 1 success.
No.
I don't see what you're seeing.
See beyond. How do I describe that?
Sight beyond sight.
See without seeing.
Right.
Like it's there. It's there. I promise. So I'm gonna go down a little further. Then I'm gonna cautiously just sort of
Not
walk
really
down.
my thing.
Yeah, gonna cautiously follow her.
Sure.
Same
As
here.
you guys go walking down the alleyway, to determine see what you can see. Go ahead and give me those of you who didn't make it. Go ahead and give me another wits and enigmas check.
And use different dice. Those were bad dice.
Still difficulty 7.
Okay.
Yep.
3 successes.
All right.
Nice. 2.
Okay.
Oh, I think Brittany's frozen.
Brittany's having connection issues.
Major issues today. Yeah.
Poor Brit.
The one who's playing 2 characters has the most difficulties.
It's like the streaming gods said, not today.
Right.
I feel like we need to like sing a song or something.
Yeah.
I know. Hold hands or something.
Well, I did play the Gong Show fail chime.
Yes, you did.
Brum, 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 brum.
I'm gonna try not. I'm gonna try not having video and see if that
Sure.
makes a difference.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm like bare bones in it right now, so this is super jank.
I mean, the only other thing I could think of is,
I mean, worst case scenario, I guess I could join with my phone. Oh,
yeah,
I think I had to do that like a second time we played.
we'll figure it out. But
I can still hear you at least.
Yeah.
I had 0 successes on that last roll.
okay, so you still see nothing. However, the others, as you get closer, you can now see this building that she's pointing out. Interesting
what-
thing, now that you're kind of making heads or tails of it, is that it kind of blends in with the others, as if it was as if it was there but not there. Very innocuous in the sense that it has arcane on the building.
Yeah, Jerome, could I check the resonance of the building?
How would you do that?
Perception and I would think maybe awareness.
You mean you're just watching like who goes in and out?
Well,
Or-
because sometimes because magic leaves any kind of magic leaves a resonance behind.
Oh.
Well, that's what I mean by the fact that it's not standing out. It's blending
Okay.
in too well. It's your minds are basically not seeing it. That's what arcane does.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Are there wards?
you guys recognize the fact that it has something about it that's like that.
I'm sure it's warded.
Okay. So as we approach, I mean, is there an entrance way in, or is it gated?
It has a door just like any other place.
Can either Sansa or I see any wards?
That is a great question. Why don't you go ahead and give me, pardon me. Give me wits and investigation.
Investigation.
And my character has hit 6. Difficulty
Two.
6.
Difficulty 7.
Oh,
Oh, 1.
2. Just barely 2.
1 then.
Okay. So you don't see anything in the way of, I mean, it has plenty of markings on the building itself. You don't see anything that denotes it as a ward that you would be aware of.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. Is the door unlocked, or is there a way into it? Like, because I don't know if this is the type of building where yes, it's apartments, but not like out. I don't know how to describe it. Like in Arizona, obviously we are all apartments are like outward facing, whereas there are
Mhm.
some buildings like in Chicago and stuff that are one building and there's one main entrance that you
Yep.
go in and then you go up. Is
That
that
is
how
what you're
that's set
looking
up?
at. Yes.
Okay. So those types usually have some sort of door buzzer or something or a way to get in. We're in the back alleyway entrance though.
hmm So in
So
essence, the back door.
yeah. Is the back door unlocked? Probably not.
So you're just gonna reach up and touch it?
I'm gonna try it, yes.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna poke.
And
we're
Sansa
smart,
goes
not harder.
flying 10 feet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jiggle the knob a little bit.
Yeah.
See if it's unlocked.
I am inches from death, but this doorknob is gorgeous. So yeah, you touch the doorknob and it doesn't. I mean, the door just kind of moves a little bit as you do it.
Does it open or is it locked?
It is not locked.
Okay. She looks over at them. It's open.
Well, let's
Head
go in.
inside.
Follow you in, Sansa.
Okay. I'll go in.
Okay, as all of you enter at this point, you hear audibly, "Door is ajar."
What?
Close the door.
Amazing.
I think I need one of those.
Security thing?
And
Uh,
So Doc goes ahead and closes it.
Yeah.
so as you close the door, and basically it's a main hallway, very similar to what you guys had thought. It's in essence, all the apartments or rooms in essence are on the inside, and it's just a main hallway with stairs that connects everything. Kind of like a hotel in that sense. The main hallway just goes straight down. You can see directly down to the other side. However, some of the walls in here are broken up. I mean, it's in real bad shape, rickety and whatnot. What you can tell, however, on the inside, it's bigger.
Okay.
It's like a Harry Potter building.
Are
Kind
there
of.
any
Not
symbols or
like
signs?
massive, but bigger.
Okay. Are there any symbols or signs that might indicate a direction?
No, nothing like that. It is just, it's a rundown looking, slightly larger building on the inside. There's some trash and whatnot, but you don't see any sort of like tagging or anything of that nature on the inside.
Okay.
Like-
Jerome,
that's interesting.
does it look any different since I didn't roll well?
Basically, right as they started, as they started entering, that's when your mind made the connection, because in essence,
They're interacting with it.
because they're interacting with it, and in a way, it kind of gave you a headache because your mind got forcibly adjusted to the reality as
Okay.
opposed to naturally adjusting to it.
Okay, so I can see it in
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I
we
mean,
just
I don't know where
start
else to go
checking
in here.
rooms.
Yeah.
We should head to the front to see if somebody's here. Maybe there's a
Maybe there's a
directory or something.
directory. Yeah.
Bellhop or something.
Yes,
knows?
doorman.
Whoever did the magic on this, they have hyperdimensional geometry down pat. Bigger on the inside than on the outside. That takes a lot. Just saying.
Well, Doc, we'll follow you then.
Very well. He starts heading down a hallway, see if he can make his way towards the front.
Yeah, it's a straight shot. So I mean, you go straight down to the front. There is a door where it looks like the sign for office may have been hanging at one point in time. It's not there anymore. The door is slightly ajar. It's got the remains of a desk, and the carpeting in here is kind of tore up. But there's no signs of like nature damage, like water or anything seeping through of that nature. It just looks like old, broken up, and kind of dusty. The office, however, does look, you can see that there are some tissues that had blood on them that have kind of been left in the office area here, and some what appears to be old bandaging.
Mr. Lore, are you anywhere around?
Call him.
Huh.
I know we're risking by just yelling out, but I don't have any other way to look for him.
So then you hear a cocking of a shotgun, and
We're on your side.
and you hear some steps coming down the steps from the stairway, not just adjacent from where you're at, that likely goes up to the next floor.
I'm going to pull my weapon, but I'm going to keep it downwards.
I'm gonna hold my arm out like it's me, Sansa.
Okay, and you see Colin pretty tore up, and he's pointing a shotgun, and he says, and he spots Sansa, and he looks at the others, and he says, "How did you find me here?"
Our leader, Sandra, sent us here to find you.
We've one of two possible locations that we narrowed it down to.
I guess the laundromat.
Yes. So I'm relieved, and I know that everybody else is going to be relieved too. You look pretty tore up though, so
Yeah,
maybe we
we're
should
here
get you out
to
of here.
take you to a safe location.
All right.
There's another hub over at the Superstar Video.
Are you okay to travel?
Like he looks and he says, "Yeah, no, I can travel. I'm not leaking anymore, at least."
I don't know if any of us have any healing properties.
I have a dot in medicine, which is probably about as much as Colin has,
Well,
if not more.
I was kind of thinking more like psychic healing or
Um,
something.
I can't. You're stable, it seems, though. So,
Yeah, Brittany does, but Brittany is still having connection issues, and I think she just signed on to her phone.
yeah.
I'm trying to use my phone, but I can barely hear you guys. I'm not sure what that's about.
The phone may have a hard time keeping up. I don't know.
Let me see if I can put some headphones in.
Jerome,
I can't. I'm sorry, guys. This is stupid.
It's okay.
Jerome, are there any like computers or devices that Doc could piece together into something that could act as like a healing device for Colin?
Interesting. Good idea. Nothing like that here, though.
No. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear us?
I can. Okay.
I love
Oh
your
my
ceiling.
gosh. Oh, is my camera on?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Okay. You don't need that.
I was like, finally, the underside of her bed.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
where were we?
Can you heal Colin? He's looking
Did we
pretty
find-
worse for wear.
Yeah,
Yes,
we found him.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I
he's
missed
standing
it.
on the stairs with a rifle.
He looks pretty beat up.
Okay, yes, I can. I can do that. How do I do that?
I say, Colin, this is Ariel. I think she can heal you some.
I think you know my mentor Samir.
He nods. Yeah, I know Samir. Samir's a good guy.
Can I help you? Or is that okay?
I suppose so. We don't have a whole lot of time, I don't think, but if you can do something quickly, I'm not going to say no.
Is that something that you can do in the car on the way?
I think so.
Yeah, let's get him into the van.
Yeah, we should probably go ahead and go because I mean, can you heal him in the? Yeah, let's heal him in the car, and let's get back to another safe place.
Did anyone actually follow you here? Should we be aware of somebody on your trail?
Well, that's why I came here. I don't think anybody. I don't think any of them know that this is here. The problem with this is that just down the street is one of their hangouts.
Oh, the vampires hangout.
Yes, the Rebellious Rose.
Aren't they all like in
Then-
their sleep state?
That club?
Yeah, that club. Yeah, surprise if you didn't know. But yeah, I mean, as far as the vampires
I
are
mean-
concerned, yeah, they're dealing with other stuff. So if they're not asleep, they're hating life. It's their minions that's the problem.
They're minions. I don't have a lot of vampiric lore, so kind of new to this.
Likely the ones that protect them during the day.
Right. I don't even
Like
know.
their
I
ghouls?
don't even know what all that they have, but I'm assuming something like a ghoul. Yeah. We just got done dealing with a bunch of zombies.
Sounds like fun.
Not really.
They're zombies.
It was an experience for sure. So
This I will have to hear about
Um,
later. I'm
yes, that was part of the rescue that I was talking about earlier. But Colin was able to. He's helped to let us save Damaris a little further.
Sansa,
Um,
the demon and zombie killer.
It's all in a day's work, apparently, in Ashland.
I'm going to have to visit this Ashland sometime.
Perhaps. So at this point, I mean, I feel like with all the attacks going on, I feel like they're still distracted. So I think this might still be a good opportunity for us to go.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
let's-
Not that far.
We were told
make
to
our
bring you
way.
back safely.
Can I get the van down the alley and kind of park it right in front so all he has to do is climb in?
are you asking out of character?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
the
so that's what
the
Estelle would
alleyway is
do.
definitely big enough for a vehicle to get down here because it
Okay.
would have had to have been big enough for fire regulations.
Okay, so Estelle, that's what she's going to do. She's going to back the van in. Yeah, so all he has to do is jump in.
Okay.
Jerome, I'm not sure, like none of these spells sounds specifically like healing, like general healing. There's the Nile's Blessing says use of purified water allows 1 point regen per round for the scene. Is
Mhm.
that what I
feel
would
like
want
that
to
would
use?
work.
You could, yes.
Because otherwise, I mean, I could force him to sleep.
No.
That sounds not
A way
not
to have him
great.
heal faster would be great.
Yeah, not
That would
beneficial.
work just fine.
Okay. So do I just cast that? Is that
Yes.
how that works?
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
get going.
so-
I had started to do this, but Jerome, you have my sheet, right? You
Yes.
can
Yeah, we'll
run it if
just drag
necessary.
you
Okay.
along.
Yep.
Have
Her
fun,
goal is
Rach.
to get him back, and all you guys back safely. So, all right,
Okay.
bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Rachel. Okay. What do I roll for that? I am
It's going to be
not-
intelligence and occult.
Ew. Okay, I'm not great at this. Okay, so if I wanted to add a willpower
sorry,
or
no,
something, like how does that work?
Well, it's still technically medicine. Technically, you cannot add willpower to these.
Okay.
You have to add mana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes,
that's what okay, then I'll do that. Okay, mark
Because
one of those.
willpower is what you use to cast your spells.
I knew it was something different. I couldn't
Mhm.
remember. Okay, so I roll intelligence and occult or medicine, which is the same.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm adding a mana. Oh my gosh. Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you provide him some bottled water. Cast your wicked mojo over the water and have him drink, and you can start to see that some of the serious wounds that he's had. He probably shouldn't be walking given the wounds that he has, but he was anyways. And the water that you provide to him, you can actually start to see some of those start to heal up.
And I'm gonna kind of put my hands on him and try and support him while we're walking.
Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as everybody gets in, Estelle will start heading towards Superstar, putting her little GPS.
Okay. So as you are backing up the van and loading, opening up the back to get him loaded in. Why don't you, Estelle, whatever your
Estelle.
Estelle, whatever your name is.
Stella!
Stella. Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception and alertness check, difficulty 5.
Okay. I have better dice for this one. And only 2.
Okay. 2
Those
successes.
dice.
Sure. So as you have backed up the van at this point, and everybody is starting to get in the back, you can see at the end of the alleyway by the front of the laundromat with the sack of suds, you can see two men kind of looking around like they're looking for something. But their bodies are, despite the fact they're wearing clothing, are a bit misshapen.
So,
they have kind of like enlarged forearms a bit, as well as kind of like a hump coming off their back. And it looks like they've got some kind of barbs coming off their arms.
Hey guys. There's a couple of really weird looking dudes on the other side of the alley.
So take a look. Do I see him as well?
Yes.
Do we want to go back inside or?
And out of character, these guys are we haven't even left the alleyway yet, and
That is correct.
They're in the
Yeah,
okay.
she just pulled the van in.
Okay. Can we get around them?
I mean, unless I go through them, but I mean that's gonna hurt the van.
If they're what I think they are, going through them is not going to do as much damage as you would hope.
So what do we do? They're gonna notice us pretty soon.
Okay.
Can we go out the other way?
We can go out the other way. Yeah, we can go back. We can go back to the house, but how are you going to get? How are we going to get?
Yeah, how are we going to get there? Because the vehicles are here. Doc, yours is in front of the laundromat.
Okay, so with that, Jerome, because I don't know, sorcerer very well. What does conveyance do as far as that path?
Conveyance is that magic-y stuff that Sansa was doing.
Okay. Would that also work for like transporting our car to different locations and whatnot, or
technically it would if you have a high enough rating.
But we wouldn't go with it, would we?
If we're inside of it, we would.
Yeah,
would we?
I mean, you could possibly go with it. Yes.
Ooh.
He can also put Colin in a safe area too. Maybe the trunk of your car.
I mean, they're probably not looking for us, so
No, they're looking for him. So what if you were to put Mr. Lore maybe in your trunk so they can't see him?
Well, I could just put him in my car.
Well, yeah, but they're looking around. If they look in your car before we get there, they'll see him.
By looking at these guys, would they be in line of sight with where we parked the other car? Like, is the parking lot for that in view of these two dudes?
There isn't a parking lot for for the laundromat, it's like a park out front along the
Oh, okay.
street, sort of thing.
Okay.
So they would see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Basically, this is just kind of like a side street. Like this one particular section here has got a bunch of rundown buildings. The one across from it has similar buildings, but they aren't run down. They're all populated.
I mean, the only other thing we could do is head back into the building before they see us.
true. We could just head out the front, leave
Yeah,
this
but-
car here, or I could
But-
move this car. Aha! Yes, yes. We could get out. I could move this car to the front of the building.
Oh, that's
Then
a good idea.
we just move through the building to the front, get in the car, and go.
Yeah,
That
let's
sounds
do that.
great.
That sounds good. Let's head back in before they see us.
Okay.
Right.
Whatever you say. Let's do that then.
Well, we gotta keep you safe, Mr. Lore.
I'm fine with that. Just you know, I
That
don't
is
wanna
our
jump-
mission.
I just don't want to
Yep.
jump, through conveyance to someplace we don't know where we're going.
You could trust Doc.
Well, it's just front of the building. Shouldn't be too. I should survey the front of the building first. Make sure I don't interface you with other matter. One moment. So he gets out and he heads back into the visible apartment building and makes
Okay.
his way to the front to make sure he can see what's out in front where he's gonna convey the van to.
So we're all gonna go through to the front, correct? We're not staying in the van.
Right.
Okay. So Estelle will actually go out the back. She won't go out the front of the van because then that's kind of obvious.
So
Yeah, good call.
So basically, out of 3,
Yeah.
you can basically do yourself and 2 passengers, up to.
Okay. So then if we don't have to teleport ourselves, so if we get out of the van, Doc just moves the van itself just to the front, of the street or whatever in front of the building. Then we just make our way through the building, get in the van. If I'm just moving the van itself,
Mm-hmm.
is that would work, or that would be possible at least?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there's obviously you're going to want to look at the front first, so you know where you're
Yeah.
bringing it.
Right.
Because this all adds to difficulties and whatnot.
Okay.
But that is absolutely all of that is with possibility. The other problem here that not really a problem, but the other thing you'll need to factor in is speed.
Okay.
And
At up to a 3 rating that you have, you can go with the speed of an airplane, which for that distance isn't going to matter a whole lot. But it's
Right.
basically it's not like an immediate pop and it shows up. If somebody's watching, they could notice that all of a sudden the van goes and gets sucked someplace else.
Okay. But they're okay, and the only people in the back who would be seeing it are those 2 dudes, it looks like, or
At
does it
this
look
point,
like there's
yes.
other people? Okay.
are there any do they see any dudes out the front?
So as you guys go out the front, you don't see anything currently. It's just this is
Okay.
another throughway street, in the city. Across the way is actually there's an open lot, and then an actual apartment complex adjacent to that.
So Estelle will go out with Doc.
Yeah,
to-
I'll stay and support Colin wherever.
Sure.
Yeah, Sansa and yeah.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
sounds
And Sansa, right.
Yeah, so Doc makes sure that there's a clear area in the front. He gets a good mental picture of what's going on here, where he's going to poof the van. Once he figures that out, he then heads back through the building to the van so that he can convey it.
Okay. So let's take a look here. Target is not resisting.
Good.
You
I don't
where-
know.
You know where it's going.
Fairly short distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so not terrible. It's going to be a difficulty 7.
Okay.
Your big problem is you're just doing this in the city, and there's a potential for people to see it.
Okay. Let's see here. So I'm using Hypertech, which uses technologies. Then is that technology and
For conveyance, it's your stamina plus your ability. So that's good. So in this case, since you're using technology, it's tech.
okay, cool. Difficulty 7. And if I put 1 mana into this, that does what exactly?
Your auto success.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's like spending a willpower for a
Got it.
vampire.
I will do that then. Spend 1 mana, and I'll roll. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So total of 5 successes.
Nice.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
So you, so I take it you get into the van and basically just put it in gear and
Effectively,
convey.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you put it into gear, and all of a sudden there's that little bit of a flash, kind of like, about like you're hitting 88 miles per hour, and then you're back onto you're on the other side of the building with just a little bit of a shake, from the van as it comes to an abrupt stop.
I have got to learn that path. That is so cool.
All aboard, folks.
Let's get out of here.
All right, I'll help Colin and lead the others.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
she'll fling open the side door and
okay, so as you guys are all getting on board, you end up hearing some people start screaming like there's something going on or whatnot, and you end up hearing something just down the block, like around, not like a mile away, but just like around the buildings itself. You end up hearing like some loud thumping that actually makes the ground shake just a little.
okay, we got to get out of here.
And Doc, you were driving. Dexterity and drive.
Okay. I'm assuming difficulty 6.
No, difficulty 7 because you're basically trying to haul ass.
Okay. In that case, I will use a willpower for auto success.
That you can.
Good thing. 1 success.
Ooh, okay. So you everybody throws it in the gear and gets ready. As Kurt Russell might say in Big Trouble in Little China, what was that? 8.9 on the Richter scale. And you throw it into gear and start speeding off. As you are speeding down the street away from these buildings, you end up seeing this tall. It is, it must be almost 20 feet tall, amalgamation of different people, like fleshy creation with like extra arms kind of coming off of it and several different mouths, as it like roars and swings at you as you are driving away.
Holy moly!
Everybody,
Oh my gosh.
everybody, roll your available willpower to start.
So if I have spent a willpower, I'm down 1 willpower.
You would be
for,
down 1 die. That is correct.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 8.
None
3.
here.
Nope, 2 because I got a 1. Dang,
2.
those darn ones.
Same. 2.
2. Okay. Well,
0.
the important one was Doc. But okay, so everybody kind of freaks out. Doc, on the other hand, as Egon might say, is scared beyond the capacity for rational thought.
Yeah, he looks at the. So this is like behind us, like coming after us, more or less.
No, like
swinging at
you're
us, or
you're
it's-
peeling out, and it's like
okay.
right here.
Oh,
Sort of
okay.
thing,
So
like,
he's
it's literally like a Jurassic Park moment. Like
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say
coming right
it's
at
gonna
you
go like
as you're
this.
accelerating to it.
Okay, so he looks at it. He's all marching megawatts.
And so
Oh,
he's
jeez.
completely distracted and accelerating at a higher speed. This thing roars and slams its massive fist into the side of the van.
My van.
Let's see. The van has a potential soak of 3.
I don't know if my insurance is gonna cover this.
Oh no, it won't.
You should get farmers.
We are farmers. Boom, 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 boom.
I
And
have
then
the Limo
JK
Emo.
They've seen some stuff.
Yeah, and J.K. Simmons just goes like, "That's a new one."
Yeah. I guess we'll cover it.
Oh, this is bad. Okay,
Oh
so
No. No.
and I still have 4 more dice to roll.
No.
Oh.
Well, we all died.
Okay, so
It's like being in a
8, 9.
compactor.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay, so the van takes a total of 7 points of damage as
Gonna
this
leave a
fist
mark.
like slams into this thing. So the vehicle is accelerating forward. Everybody gets hit and like thrown from the van at this point. The van is hit with such force that it flies. Still, I mean, it was going in a forward trajectory, so it still had momentum. It gets hit, and it's going forward, but it ends up like hitting some mom and pop grocery store at this point, and just like flies straight into it. Doc is still in. Everybody else is thrown out. Doc, roll your stamina.
One success.
Okay. Whatever it was that you did, or the remembering to lock your seatbelt in place or whatnot, saved you. You have superficial like bruising from getting knocked around. No actual damage. But when you finally come to from being stunned for just that brief second from the connection, you're like buried in Funyuns. because the van is like upside down, and basically like some shelves dump their contents on you. So like you got hit with the chip display.
Nice. Oh, I'm in a vending machine. Is the car like on its side, or like what's?
It's upside down.
It's upside down. Okay.
Yeah. So we are now in combat round. So give me add your dexterity and your wits and a 1d10.
Do we need to do a
Stamina
since we
check.
were since we were thrown?
No.
Okay, so no damage. Okay,
No.
good.
Cool.
So it's initiative
Uh,
time.
what did we say?
Dexterity plus
Um,
wits, and then a 1d10
Right.
roll.
Yeah.
It's a total of 13.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Also 13.
Nice.
I'm going to take this opportunity to grow my claws.
Okay. You'll be able to do that on your turn.
Fine.
Wow.
I was going to do it in the car, but then I thought, well, if we're getting thrown, I probably don't want anybody to like hit me with those.
Brittany is salty because of all the technical issues. She's wanting someone or something to take it out on.
Understandable.
I have to make my presence known some other way. Blowing curtain schmerten.
Okay. So Shelly, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
Okay.
And I am going to
Dale?
summon my Hellblade.
Ooh.
What did Dale get?
13.
Oh, nice. And what did Brittany get?
13.
Oh, geez. Okay, go ahead and chat. I'll be back 1 second.
Yeah, I got one of those nifty swords too. Like
Nice.
Santos.
Fancy. Oh, you know what? I can't use guns with these. So probably somebody else can use my guns.
Well, Doc's
Maybe
got
I'll-
his own gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santos
Maybe
got her
I'll-
rifle.
Maybe I'll make Colin take them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Maybe he doesn't have.
Well, he did have that
Yeah, he had a
shotgun
rifle.
or something.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, that's
but
true.
Being thrown, would they really have the shotgun and rifle?
Yeah, good question. And me, we are sorcerers, so we have magic.
Well, yeah, I guess I could. Well, you could convey it. Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
can. I might. I don't know if I can conjure.
Guns against this thing probably are like kind of silly, I'm thinking, because this is a gigantic monster. It's probably got armor, fortitude-esque stuff.
I'm
And,
gonna blame the Samisi here.
yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, definitely. It had to have been one of their creations, right? So it's going to
Yeah.
be tough.
Well, I can summon one of the rifles, that high powered one that Sansa had.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that would do damage. Yeah, the anti-material rifle that's supposed to be used against vehicles. So yeah, hopefully that would do some damage to this thing.
Where was her rifle?
On her, well, she had it on her back, but I don't
Yeah.
know if she would have it on her back while in the car.
Yeah, I mean she was definitely carrying it with her.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Jerome. So when we were thrown from the vehicle, was Sansa thrown with her rifle?
Yes.
Okay, so she has it on her. And what about Colin?
Yeah. Does he have guns?
Does he still have the shotgun?
Colin has a shotgun, but weapons like that would have been thrown free. So the rifle and shotgun are actually away at this point in time. So Colin's going to be, we'll get to that in a second, but Colin's going to be drawing his blade.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking I can't use my guns with claws. So if somebody else needs them,
Yeah,
That's
because
all.
that rifle is going to. We were saying that rifle would be a good weapon to use against this thing.
Yeah, I would. Okay, so we have somebody. I need somebody making executive decisions for Sansa at this point too.
I think she's going to use that gun.
Yeah, she would conjure that gun into her hands.
Okay,
We can all vote. We can all vote what she's going to do.
sure,
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah,
fair.
I agree.
Okay.
As long as I don't have to roll for her.
Yeah, me
Just
neither.
for-
I've been
just
rolling
for
a lot of
that.
ones lately.
No, no.
Don't feel bad, Brittany. I've been rolling ones too.
You rolled good for Colin the other night.
Okay, that was a fluke.
Okay, so at the top of the round, people are obviously negatively reacting to what's happening. They are.
Oh yeah.
They do not understand the creature that is stomping down the street. So basically, this is you're. I don't want to say it this way because it might take away from the because it's give levity to the situation, but this is very much like a superhero fight in the sense that it's just taking place right in the middle of small town America.
Yeah.
You know, monster coming out of the middle of nowhere that people don't understand, and there's some people that were like at the store or driving by who have like come to a complete stop and freaking out. People have seen it.
Wait, I thought there were a bunch of abandoned buildings at this part of town.
There was in the section that you were at.
So we're no longer at that section.
Yeah, it was only that one piece of that
in the
block.
back. Yeah.
There
Oh.
were other apartments and whatnot that
Oh.
that are here that have people in
Okay.
them. So keep that in mind. Not that you're going to lose karma, my superhero folks.
Yes.
Oddly enough, the superheroes are the ones left in the game right now. So they're so
I was like, wait a minute.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's all of us.
Oh no. You can see at this point that there is a car, or you can see and hear a car at this point coming from where you came and accelerating pretty fast. But the big problem, obviously, is the big Zod that is now marching its way down the street. As you guys you're scattered a little bit, but in a relative vicinity to one another. Most of the folks got thrown. You're in like the front lawn of an apartment complex right now, kind of sitting close to the sidewalk. Dale is maybe 10 yards down the street in a small mom and pop store, as I explained before. Thank you for the follow, Dyer.
Woohoo!
The other thing to note, as we're beginning the rounds, Colin draws his blade and kind of props himself up against the apartment, and he just yells, "Just keep them off of me!"
Okay.
So we're into combat as of this point. So we're at 13. So that was Colin, and we're at Dale and Britt.
Okay, what is the car doing? How far away is that?
The car is down the block from where you guys just came.
Can
It's
we
it's
tell
a-
who's inside?
No. It's a beat up looking car though.
Okay, well,
You're using Sansa. Sansa on her action could, look through the scope.
That makes sense. Yeah. we
what
need to
round
know
is
if
she
they're,
on?
Like, enemies
did
around
we roll initiative for her?
Sansa's acting on 12.
Okay. Well, I am going to attack the monstrosity.
Okay.
Hopefully, like from a flank, if possible.
So you are running in to engage. Ha! Got your claws out,
Yeah.
stickety snide.
Yes, sir.
So as you move in to engage, go ahead and roll your dex and brawl.
Okay. Sorry, I'm excited. All right, difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yes. Actually,
2, 3, 4,
difficulty,
5, 6, 7.
Difficulty 5, given his size.
Oh, okay. And I got 2 10s, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Woo!
Woohoo.
So you see your ally pop claws, whatever the heck that is, and she goes like running in, and I'm assuming, given your background, you land like a very flowery looking agile strike.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so she clearly knows what she's doing in action. She runs up and with an amazing grace, just what gives like a slice and still kind of moves to the creature's legs. Go ahead and roll your damage. That's going to be strength +2 plus potence.
Is it +2 dice for strength, or?
Yeah, +2. Well, it's +2 damage. It's +2 dice to your pool because of the claws.
Oh, okay. Plus potence. And still difficulty 6, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damage is
man.
always going to be 6.
Okay, well, I got a 1, and that cancels out my success.
Oh, okay. So you dive
Sad,
in there
sad
and
day.
you catch it, and you can tell that this thing, while it's clearly not bred for speed or designed for speed, it can take a pounding. So your strike hits expertly, but you're unable to break past its armored flesh of
That's
bone
lame.
and compact. Tell that to your dice. You've got a dice jail now.
Yeah.
I will quickly run out of dice if I put them in jail.
Dale.
Okay, so since he's like still in the van, he grabs a handful of Funyuns, shoves them in his mouth, and as he's eating those, he works on the seatbelt, gets that off, and he's making his way out of the van so that he can then draw his blunderbuss and see if he can take a shot at the creature.
Okay, you'll be able to do that next round.
Okay.
So you are disembarking from the crashed vehicle and taking a quick snack.
Yep.
Shelly and Sansa. Sansa, of course, is used in scope as we indicated. So, Brittany, go ahead and roll for her wits and alertness.
What? How many do I roll?
For Sansa, you are going to be rolling 3 for wits and 2 for alertness.
That is 0 successes.
Okay.
I rolled 3 ones. 3. Okay, I'm switching dice. Trudy is no longer here. I don't need to use Trudy's dice. We'll use somebody else's.
Okay.
Okay.
Shelly?
Switcheroo.
Spending willpower to activate my flame sword, and I'm going to take a whack at it.
You're going to run in for combat too? All right. Huzzah!
Yep. Just going to do her old little ninja move. So that's melee and dex. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Getting warmed up. Oh my god. Brittany?
What did I do?
Gosh, I got 1 success. I
Okay.
would have had 3, but darn ones.
So as it's lumbering along, you're probably still going to hit it. It has terrible. It doesn't even have dodge, or athletics, I should say. Yeah, so you still hit.
Okay. So strength plus what? For the sword.
Your sword is
I know that it does aggravate. It changes to aggravated, but is it a strength plus 2 or?
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now.
Okay.
These are firearms. Here we go. 1 second.
Excuse me.
So are you using it one-handed or two-handed?
She used both hands.
Okay, so because you have a hand and a half sword, so it's going to be strength plus 3.
Okay.
I have a hand and a half sword.
Yes, you do.
It's pretty.
It's Aragorn's.
It is. No, but I have another one that's not that one.
So with the
and
added
thank you for the
2,
follow.
that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7.
7 points of damage?
Well, yeah. Strength plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I got So I got 2 successes.
Okay.
So that adds, you add the 3 and then the 2 from the blade because you get additional
No,
2.
no. Those are dice that you roll.
Oh, let me redo this then.
Yeah, it's a dice. You're adding dice pool. You're not adding automatic damage.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. 4.
Okay. Okay, so you spin around at this time with your sword emblazoned with the spell that you've cast of Hellfire, and you with the impact that you connected, this should have cleaved, a side of beef completely in half and probably given you like 2 gigantic steaks, given the fact that it was Hellfire. You strike into it, and your sword goes bam, like right into its leg, and gets stuck.
So I'm
But
like
it did,
being dragged.
but it clearly did damage.
Okay.
So that was. Oh, and Sansa was checking. Yeah, so Sansa hasn't done anything. She was trying to see what was going on with the vehicle. So the vehicle is now getting closer. The Zod at this point is angry and is like, "Roar." It doesn't even, it has no capacity for a rational thought whatsoever. It tries to smash the person who actually injured it. So
I'm trying to pull out my sword. You're gonna see her like this with her feet against it, trying to pull it out.
Yeah.
Sword in the stone.
So
Yes.
Shelley, would you like to attempt to roll for your athletics? Or
Yeah,
roll to
'cause she
dodge?
can always summon her sword back.
So it is Dex and athletics minus 1 die.
Okay. So 5. At 6, right? So that's
Yeah, it's
2.
always going to be 6. Okay. So, and you feel that massive ham hock that it has for, well, a misshapen fist, slam down into your body. And now we have background because Brittany's logged in twice.
There we go. Okay.
Let me see if this works.
Okay.
Am I still in twice?
No.
Not anymore.
Okay.
But that was good sound effects for Jerome.
I was echoing,
Yeah.
making it more dramatic.
Yes.
Okay, so
So how many points of damage did I take?
so the good news is, you can roll your stamina. Because
Yeah.
it's not
let's roll
aggravated.
my stamina. 1.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm dead.
I can theoretically resurrect you,
Oh, cool.
Wow.
but it's
Will I
hard.
be a mummy?
No.
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 I think that's different.
Mummies are cool.
Ariel thinks so. Brittany doesn't know. She'll take your word for it.
How much
It's
damage
a fun game.
would you get to soak?
1.
1?
Mhm.
Okay, you took 6.
Oh, shit. I just went flying.
So it just went, no, not flying. It smashed you down. So
Oh,
the
okay.
big
Well,
hand slams down hard, impacting you, like cratering you into the cement.
so was that bashing or was that lethal?
It all counts for lethal.
Humans just take lethal.
I am incapacitated.
Yep. So she's just kind of laying there. The spell on the sword goes out, but it's completely ignoring the fact that there's a sword in its leg. It's just like. By the way, you start to see the sky start to get cloudy for unnatural reasons.
Oh, good. Thank heavens.
Literally the heavens.
It's gonna snow.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That's because it's snowing in Portland.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye just come out, just start snapping their fingers. Snow.
Well, no, it's
Snow,
seriously, it's
snow.
snowing in Portland
No,
as
I
we
know.
speak.
Oh, cool. Nice.
All right, so top of the round, that car comes to a stop, and you see two of those misshapen guys come flying out of it.
Shoot.
We're at Colin Dale and Britt.
Okay, well, obviously, I need to try and help my colleague. So, shoot, and I have claws, so it's going to be really hard to like pull her away. And or
Grab her by the,
Doc-
grab her
Doc?
by her.
So
Her-
Doc will say, I've got her. You deal with it. And Doc's going to see if he can use conveyance to pull her back to him to get her out of harm's way.
Good job. Okay.
perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Having that vest, that didn't help any, huh?
Not for that, no.
Okay.
Although
I forgot it.
It was crushing damage, right?
Yeah.
yeah, in essence it was crushing. It would have helped against like firearms and whatnot.
I've got broken bones everywhere.
Oh, yes you do. Dale, go ahead and
Even
roll as
my
you cast your
toenails.
spell of conveyance.
Cool. What target am I looking for here?
It's everything is within your sight, so your difficulty 6.
Nice. Ooh, one success.
Oh, okay. So you overshoot by just a hair, and you end up putting her in the store, in the actual like food that you just snacked from. So she's now buried under some chips and Funyuns.
He says, have a snack. I'll be right back.
But otherwise, you got her out of there, no problem.
Dale, I love you.
So all of a sudden, he's just like sim salabim, reaches and that's basically what you actually make the motion, and then
Cool.
it's gone because it's patterned after the guys who would reach into a hat and pull out a rabbit.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
in essence where the magic power kind of came from, like
Cool.
that. Okay, and now it is Brittany. You were doing what?
Stabby.
Okay.
Okay. Difficulty 5 still.
Difficulty 5, yes.
6 successes.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, he doesn't even have enough dice to meet that. Go ahead and roll damage. No, literally, he's got 2 dice for dexterity, so I mean, there's no way he's dodging that.
Nice.
Okay.
It's just when he hits, it's Hulk smash.
Right.
Okay. That still comes to 0.
You know, damage always does that to me. I will roll really good to hit and then crap for damage.
So
Yeah.
you strike him again. You're having a devil like you're. If this was anybody else, man, you would have filleted him. But that armor, like whatever it is about the structure of this creature, you've struck him twice and it's just kind of bouncing off. Colin, on his turn, you hear him say something in Latin. Probably in place of lightning, as a loud thunderclap can be heard, and a lightning bolt beckons down from the sky and strikes Senior, who cannot dodge. Okay, well, doesn't put him down, but I mean, you see, like it gets hit and jolts, really hard and fried temporarily, but it's still coming. The winds, of course, are starting to kick up as a sudden storm front is rolling in. We are now at Shelly and Sansa. Shelly,
I'm
would you like to
laying
drool?
there in. Yeah, I'm just laying there in chips,
Have
Yep.
a snack.
Have a
having
fun
a snack.
Sansa, who wants to decide for Sansa?
Who's she gonna shoot? Which one?
Well, she can
Is it-
try and take a shot at the large guy, or she can try and, if you're going to have her shoot, she can try and take a shot at one of the guys coming up.
She might be able to just take one of the guys out if she aims at one of them, and
Yeah.
thinning out the herd would probably be better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. So, Dale, you're going to roll for it this time. Dexterity and firearms, a total dice pool of 4. The rifle, hold on one second. See what the difficulty is in that bad boy. Because it's probably going to be higher than normal. There we go. Oh, it doesn't say.
I guess it's free.
Sweet.
Yeah, so then go ahead and roll at difficulty 6.
Okay.
If you hit, the damage is 10.
And because this is important, can I say that she uses one of her willpower?
You absolutely can if you'd like.
Okay, let's do that. And nice. Okay, so then that's going to be a total of 3 successes.
Okay,
Nice.
that could be a hit. Just barely. So the guys who are come running up, looks like they don't have firearms. They've got like one has a crowbar, another one has a baseball bat. And as they came running in, they saw her lining up the shot. So they start trying to like run zigzaggy, but like right at that moment when they zigged, the one guy probably should have zagged, and he ends up getting clipped. So you beat the die by 1, so you have 11 dice to roll for damage.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
With those odds. Please.
Can we do it?
Yeah, warm those babies up.
Let's go, Dale the Builder. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. 1,
Please, sit
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
Nice.
good grief. So Sansa at this point, like the rifle, she's not ready for it. So it kicks up. She's going to have to line up another shot at this point. But she lucked out. Like that round strikes this guy and there's just red mist afterwards. Like and partial clothing.
Yeah.
Just
Sansa kicks ass, man.
He is done.
She should keep that thing.
Yeah, she should.
Somebody should. Keep that
Yeah,
thing.
she does pretty good with it.
And train with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are now at their attack. So it comes running in. One of the guys, since there's only one person up close, and that's Brittany. Brittany, you have to deal with both the Zod and the Slokta. Slokta is swinging with the crowbar on you.
Do I?
So you will need to roll dexterity and athletics. You are down 1 die.
Do 10s explode?
Do you have a 4 in either one of
I'll
those?
be right back, guys.
I do.
Sure. Then if you do, then they do.
Okay. 6 successes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you got out of the way of that, no problem.
Failure.
So the Slokta at this point, not Slokta, but the Zod at this point takes like a sweeping motion to try and slap you away, like you're a little bug. Just You're going to need to roll your dexterity and athletics down 2 dice.
Difficulty 6.
Yeah, always difficulty 6.
2.
Okay, SWAT. So you got hit on that one. Go ahead and roll your stamina. And if you have anything else to add to that.
Fortitude. Two.
Okay. One thing these things do really well, and that is strength. So you got 2. You've taken 5 points, or 4 points, sorry, of lethal damage. As its massive hand comes down and goes whack, smacks you, and you go flying and connect with a car. It's like
Ouch.
Okay. Okay, so as far as healing goes, I really only have these 5 spells to choose from, right?
that is correct, I believe.
Most of these don't seem super useful.
Wow.
Okay, 2 of these don't seem super useful. Okay.
1 second.
2 cups of coffee.
Yep, that'll do it.
No, those are additional rituals.
Oh,
Your levels actually allow you to do certain things as well.
So is Ariel okay?
So at
so I'm down 4.
Ooh, dang.
so
What were you
if
saying, Drew?
so if nobody ends up attacking you, which may happen, you could probably take a moment to try and heal yourself, and you have a level, what, 5?
Yeah.
At level 5, you can heal very serious diseases like AIDS, cancer, and heart disease are now curable. And even the most brutal injuries can now be healed in a few weeks, as long as they don't involve acid fire or supernatural sources.
Yeah, so you can heal me, but it'll take a few
With
weeks.
sufficient effort, even genetic defects can be healed. This, however, requires constant care for weeks or months and exhausts the healer and causes them to suffer, blah, 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 difficulty or penalty. That's obviously for an extended period of time. If you end up getting 2 successes for if you're trying to heal lethal damage, which is what this guy just did to you, the more successes you get, the quicker you're going to be able to recover. Your fortitude, I think. Oops, it's the wrong book. Let me go back up here and take a look. No. Dang it, too far up. There we go, fortitude. No, okay. I was thinking LARP. No worries. So yeah, so you're obviously going to have some dice penalties. The healing, however, you'll be able to greatly shorten the time span it takes to heal. And if anybody is dying, your healing will also allow you to stabilize them quickly.
Okay. So I'm thinking if I can get to Shelly and get her back on her feet, then she can keep fighting while I help myself.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Is that sound reasoning?
Depends on how many successes you get.
Yeah. This
Well,
is
this
true.
is-
So we're at the top of the round at this point. It is Colin, Dale, and Britt.
So, okay. How far away is the Zod in yards from Doc?
Within 5 yards at this point.
Yes. Okay. All right. So then you'd see Doc reach into his coat and he pulls out what kind of at first looks like a mag light, but then he holds onto it. He pulls one end and it unfolds into a stock and trigger. The other end unfolds into a flared out gun barrel like a blunderbuss. It's got lights and stuff like around it. So it's like a retro futuristic blunderbuss rifle. And he's going to take a shot, a burst of electricity at the Zod.
Okay. So that is going to be your Dex and firearms. And by the way, when you do this, it echoes like a church bell, like bong.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, take some willpower to use. Do that. Dexterity, firearms. Okay. And since I'm attacking him, it's still 6 or is it 5 because he's large?
5 because he's large.
Nice.
Him's a big boy.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of
and
boys.
would using since I'm firing a gun, would I be able to use a willpower for an auto success, or is that a mana again?
It's going to be a mana. If no, actually,
It should be willpower because he's
no, because
firing.
you have to use your willpower to, or no, with that you have to use your mana. I think.
Oh, right, you're right. And you know what? Yeah, that is gonna. Does anything bad happen? Because I have 2 mana. I spent one, so I'd be using my second mana. Does anything bad happen when okay?
No,
No, it
you
just-
just
it
don't
just-
have any more to spend. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
go and meditate to
Yep.
recharge it.
Okay,
So it's like luck points.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then I will go ahead and spend that second mana for the auto. That's like an auto. It's not an extra die, right?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Right. Yeah.
Auto success.
Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So total of 5.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you hear the El Kabong echo at this point as he whips out something kind of like a Highlander in a sense. And this thing, like, it's not one bolt. It's like somebody ripped off part of a generator and the wiring of what just started arcing out electricity. It just something opened up and it's all like letting out this wide force of electricity. It does have fortitude, unfortunately.
Stinking fortune.
Yeah.
And how much did you roll for damage?
That was for the. I don't know what its damage is. So that was the attack.
Oh, that was the attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you scored 2 dice over. So that is going to be it's 7 and plus 2.
Nice. Okay. One, 2, 3 successes.
Oh, nice. So you let that rip at that point. It just these lightning echoing out like all over the place, and it several of the cascading electrical arcs strike its body, peppering it up as it roars, and whatever hell spawn that this entity like came out of it topples over and hits the ground with like a loud thud. And at that point, because Brittany at this point, Ariel took her time to run from the creature. You got out of the way just in time as that happened. And right when that thing goes down, You see the other one like turn, like look, and he sees it go down from that blast, and in slow motion he's like, "Oh no!" He's like turning around to try and run. At this point, as you hear another crack of thunder in the sky, and like a bolt descends down from the sky and ends up striking the ground like right by him, and he ends up getting hit like he was from Big Trouble in Little China. Just you hear like a yelp, and his body goes like flying into one of the apartment complexes nearby. Just just this blackened shape goes flying through the air.
Awesome. Does that mean we're out of combat?
We are now out of combat, as people are still kind of like slowly peeking up and trying to see just like what the heck was going on. Brittany, if you want to give a healing check at this point.
Yes.
So
should I do it for myself first then, so that my
you
so
should
that
exactly.
so that I can roll better?
So it's your it's your manipulation and your ability check.
Ability check?
Yeah, so it should be medicine.
Oh. For some reason, I have intuition marked. Is intuition important in some way?
Yeah, in some instances, yes.
Oh well, some of these sheets are.
No, like I made a. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I
Made
have
a
no idea. But you have medicine on your character sheet.
I do. Okay. Manipulation and medicine. Two.
Dos.
Okay, so I can knock off two.
2 is going to put you at. Hold on 1 second. It's not necessarily 1 for 1.
Oh.
Let's see. Okay, so your injury is stabilized, and you have a level. We already said you had a level 5. Okay. So you'll get with the 2, you'll get a single lethal healed.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's nothing. Okay, I will attempt.
So as you're you've taken a moment to cast it on yourself. You're over by Shelley's character Estelle at this point, who is awake but clearly in serious pain. You see like somebody who is working at the store, like slowly peeking up, over the counter, sort of thing, like looking around. And Colin is picking himself back up at this point from the injuries that he's had. Anybody doing anything outside of attempting to heal Shelley's character?
Groan.
Groan.
Okay. I was just checking.
I would like to re-roll.
You using a reroll?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will take it off of Trudy's sheet.
Okay, no problem. Da, 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 da.
2.
Okay.
Oh, I'm no longer incapacitated, but
So your wounds are stabilized,
I'm crippled.
so you're not going to bleed out, and you are able to get up at this point. So you've taken. So nobody's doing anything. I guess Doc is, standing guard.
Can I
Yeah.
can I get a water bottle from the store and use Niall's blessing again?
You absolutely can. Keep in mind your willpower expenditures for your spells.
Okay.
And Colin at this point is hobbling up, and he's like, we need a car.
Right. I'll see if I can get mine. And so he puts his blunderbuss away and he runs to where he remembers his car being.
Oh, it's where the other vehicle was parked?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Give me a stamina and athletics check.
I'm gonna spend a mana so that this is auto.
Mana.
Okay, so three successes on the Niall's blessing. So then
Okay.
I'll
And one success on the stamina athletics.
Okay, so at this point, Shelly, you are up one more for healing. I'll let you know
Okay.
when I'll let you know when you're fully healed.
Okay, well, that just puts me at mold. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting up.
Sure. Okay.
Oh.
And what'd you get, Dale?
Just one success.
One success. Okay, so you go running down to running back down. Are you going around the corner, or are you going to cut back through the house or the building, since you know it's there?
Yeah, those two dudes, I'm assuming those were probably the dudes in back. Did they look exactly like the dudes that
There's not
were
enough of them to tell.
Not enough to tell. Okay. I'm gonna guess that. So I'm gonna try to take that shortcut because it would technically be shorter to go through the building first.
Okay.
Into the back alley, headed that way.
Okay. So you go back through the arcane laced building,
Yeah.
Abandoned building, opening the door and then running down the hallway towards the back. You don't see anybody in the back alleyway on the side of the sack of suds.
Cool. Okay, yeah, making my way then.
Okay. So at this point, the rest of you who are, and Sansa, of course, is in here too. Like the guy from the counter's like, what was that? Kind of like looking at all of you kind of standing there.
You know Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No kidding. Dude,
He
what
was
was
worse.
that?
I don't know. It was just pretty scary.
And so Colin at this point is frustrated. He's hobbling himself, towards the back, and the guy's like, dude, no, you can't go back there. It says employees only, man.
he's going to the back of what?
The
the
mom and
store.
pop store.
Oh. It's okay. He's a professional.
He says, professional what? And you hear some like ripping and thrashing around in there.
I'm guessing he's going after the security footage.
Yes, he is.
He's. What is
I'm
he
gonna
professional of?
I'm gonna pick up the shelf that we knocked over and kind of start putting some stuff back up really quickly.
Okay, so you're cleaning up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Okay.
Michelle's gonna look at her van. Oh, the limo emo is not going to cover this.
And then you end up hearing the screeching of tires as Doc comes, stopping before he breaks 88 and comes to, stop right in front of the store.
Take two.
Michelle's going to grab her. She's going to try to grab her purse. Is she able to do that from the front of the van?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And at this point, Colin as everybody's starting to file to the vehicle, Colin points to Ariel and he says, "Come here."
I will come to him.
Okay, I need you to hold me up.
Sure.
I mean, at this point, you can tell like he's forcing himself to stay up because he got thrashed and his legs like quivering a little bit, and he leans against her as he does.
While he's doing this, I'll just roll to try and heal him too.
Oh, you gonna spin another willpower point?
Is that for just rituals or for everything?
That's for any of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why not?
Okay.
Three. Three.
Okay. So he's not wincing anymore, and he says thanks. And he looks to the guy, and before he's about ready to say something to him, and he looks to Ariel and he says, "Okay, I've never tried this before, so this may get ugly." And so he looks and he motions with his hands, and he says, and then he says, "And don't laugh." And he says, "Charlie Sheen, Ben Barine, shrink the size of a lima bean." And you see that okay. You see the guy's eyes go blank, and he says, "We were never here. The driver ran away." And so he's like, "You were never here? Driver ran away." And he says, "Now go lay down because you're scared." And he says, "Dude, I'm scared." And he lays down. He lays down on the ground. And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go."
It's your unorthodox methods that make you such a legend, you know.
Estelle is going to have to report her car stolen.
Yeah. Colin's just kind of going with it at this point. Yeah. Do that. Let's just get us the hell out of here before something else happens.
So that's what she's going to do while they are driving away. She's going to report her van stolen.
Okay, good job. And you guys haul buttocks and manage to make it to the video store. And that is where we're going to end for the day. Yay!
Nobody died.
I almost died.
I almost died.
So close.
So close.
Yeah, if I would have taken one more point of damage, yeah, he would have. You've been resurrecting
and I was
me.
not holding back the rolls. Don't get me wrong.
I noticed.
No, I was not giving you guys anything. You were. What made it very fortunate is the Zod is it's not really good at hitting or dodging, but when it hits,
it hits.
It has 8 strength and 6 potence.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it hits for a lot. All right. So with that being said, that portion of the last game is now done. We've found out what happened to the sorcerers, and Colin manages to get away, thankfully.
We saved the princess.
What's that?
We saved the princess.
And all of a sudden, Brittany jumps up and grabs a hold of the top of the pole and just drops on down and then walks into the castle.
Yep, there you go.
So our next games are going to be March 31st, which is Ashland by Night, which is the primary vampire game, and that's going to be wrapping up what happened the last game.
Part 2.
Part 2, we find out just what happened to our anarchs and getting to the hub. Then on the 1st, on April Fool's, April the 1st, is going to be our Marvel Superheroes game. So join us as the Legacy jumps back into action. And if scheduling still goes, I think this is going to work out. We are going to have a guest star with us for April.
Did Carbon get Brad's number?
So what's that?
Did
Is it
Carmen get
Abby?
Did
Oh.
Carmen get Brad's number?
That number, right?
Whose number?
Brad
Brad.
Brad,
from the club.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
That's the
The
one
note.
that my
Yeah.
character. All she
But
had
Brad
is
gets around.
paper with Brad and a number.
Yep. So that's going to be fun. And then of course, the next, and this actually works out really well. The next game for Blood Ties is going to be on the 8th. April the 8th, and that is Rex Manning Day.
Yes, Rex.
So, Rexy, you're so sexy. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something special for Rex Manning, the Rex Manning Day holiday special. Also, be sure to watch Empire Records. I may draw something from that. You never know. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
So no, Davy Jones, no Marvel tonight. That's Marvel is next Saturday.
Yeah.
So had a
And
lot of
then
fun.
we have
Oh, and then Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yes,
Yep.
I forgot. We have Cyberpunk coming up
Next Wednesday.
No, it
Uh,
was
Isn't it?
yeah,
was
it's
It'll
this
be
April the
5th.
5th.
Yeah, the 5th. Next. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be
yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see what happens there too. So tune in, follow, like and follow the channel. Watch us on Facebook if you need to, if you would like to. We also post our announcements up there as well. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and we will catch you guys next time. Thanks again. Bye.
Take it easy.